Exciting Illini football is brought to you by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, brewers of Budweiser. For all you do, this Bud's for you. By Country Companies Insurance and its nearly 1,000 agents throughout Illinois. By Lasso Herbicide by Monsanto. You can see the difference with Lasso. By True Value Hardware. True Value, more than just a name, it's their way of doing business. By S-Mart and its versatile team of high-scoring performers. And by the Illinois State Lottery.
University of Illinois football is sponsored on WCFL by Texaco, by your Chicagoland Lincoln Mercury dealers, by Sentry Insurance, the Masonry Advisory Council, Oberweiss Securities, General Finance, and the Office Furniture Warehouse.
Jim Grabowski, we have waited a long time for the momentum to get right where it is this afternoon. Homecoming here at Champaign, and Illinois has got themselves here. Now it's going to mean whether or not they can stay here.
Well, they have the longest winning streak in the Big Ten right now, but you're right, Dick. They're playing a team that's used to winning. Ohio State, Illinois, in the past, of course, hasn't had a very good record, and you wonder about what this emotion will do to this team. They got to keep a level head out on themselves today. Let's hope that they do that. But Mike has done a great job of keeping this a low-key game, you know, and we'll see if they come out and play with the ability they have.
Well, it's homecoming today, and we're going to have a capacity crowd right around 75,000, and the weather just couldn't be any greater. The only thing that presents any kind of a problem at all is the breeze, and it's blowing quite briskly up to 20 miles an hour. And the flag at the north end of the stadium, Jim, appears that it's coming out of the southeast, which is swirling around at the south end of the stadium. But I'm sure that will play an important part in the outcome of this ball game. It's homecoming here today. It began here. The tradition of homecoming in college football began right here at Champaign way back in 1910. So this is the 73rd consecutive homecoming here at the University of Illinois. An S-Mart company. Let's take a look at the starting lineups, and first of all, for the Buckeyes of Ohio State, starting at split in is Thad Jemison, a 6'2", 295-pound junior out of Cincinnati, Ohio. At left tackle, Bill Roberts, 6'5", 278, a senior from Miami, Florida. At left guard, Kirk Laudermilk, 6'3", 256, a junior from Salem, Ohio. At center, Joe Dooley, 6'6", 268, a senior from Cincinnati. At right guard, Scott Zielinski, 6'5", 256-pound junior from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. And at right tackle is Mark Karowitz, a 6'4", 278-pound junior out of Toledo. The tight end, and a good one, John Frank, 6'3", 226, a senior from Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania. The quarterback is Mike Tomczak from Calumet City, Illinois. Played his high school football at Thornton Fractional, 6'1", 190, and a junior. The wide receiver is Cedric Anderson, 5'10", 170, a senior from Opaka, Florida. And in the running backs, Keith Byers, a 6'2", 226 sophomore from Dayton, and Vaughn Brodnack, 6'2", 252, a senior from Xenia, Ohio. They're coached by Earl Bruce, who incidentally is beginning his 5th year at Ohio State. He has never lost to an Illinois football team. Currently, they are 2-1 in the conference and 4-1 overall. For Illinois, the wide receiver will be David Williams. The flanker will be Mitchell Brookins. The tight end will be Tim Brewster. The tackles, Jariga and Stowe. Sholey and Bavar are the two guards. Bob Miller is the center. Trudeau at center, or at quarterback. And Thomas Brooks and Beverly will be the two running backs. Mike White, the head coach of the Illini, is 0-3 against the Buckeyes, and he would love to get it here today. We'll be back with a kickoff at
1 near you. This is WCFL Chicago.
Well, welcome back to Memorial Stadium. As the Illini will kick off, Jim Grabowski, the Buckeyes will receive, defending the North Goal to our left. And you made a comment. It's hard to tell whether they have taken the option to take the choice in the second half or not.
Yeah, Dick, I didn't really catch it to find out if the Illini won the toss or if Ohio State won the toss. Irregardless, Ohio State's going to receive the ball. Illinois is going to have the win in the first quarter. They're going to try to hold them back there again, have them punt into the win, and Illinois get good field position. Let's hope it works.
John Woolridge, Jay Holland are deep for the Buckeyes. Temperature is 65 degrees at game time. Couldn't be any better. The winds are out of the south, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. So Chris White has the football on the kicking tee to the south end. And Holland and Woolridge are back deep for Ohio State to run up, and our football game is underway. And Ohio State will put it in play at their own 20-yard line as White boomed it completely out of the end zone.
Well, I think he almost kicked the field goal on that one, Dick. If that's any indication, his leg looks strong today.
Just a little bit pumped up.
Well, he's not the only one that's a little pumped up here today. I think I'm with him.
If someone is not pumped up today, Jim, it's their own fault. So the Buckeyes come up to the line of scrimmage, and Mike Tomczak brings them up. Defensively, Buckeyes and Thorpe, Cole on one side, Thompson on the other. Tomczak has him in the eye, fakes the running play, he's going to throw it. Here's a long one way downfield, and it's caught and dropped by Cedric Anderson up toward midfield, and I'll tell you right now, it was Keith Taylor, the freshman that came over from the free safety spot and belled him a good one.
Dick, they were in a too-deep zone, and Tomczak hit him right into the seam. That ball should have been caught and should have had a reception, but with Taylor coming over making the hit, the receiver dropped the ball.
I think that's an indication, Jim, that we're going to see Tomczak throw the football today?
I think he'll be throwing the ball. You know, we made him a hero last year. He wasn't going to start anymore. He came in and did a great job against the Illini last year.
Well, Anderson comes out wide to the right side. Jemison is in slot to the right side. Big John Frank, the tight end on the left. The handoff goes to the running back, fires. He tries the left side, gets only a couple of yards as he moves it up across the 22 and almost to the 23-yard line. Over there on that right side, it was Weingrad along with Donnie Thorpe that made the stop for Illinois.
In many ways, Dick, this will be the biggest test the Illini faced on their defense, because Ohio State is a big, big football team. That front line up there, the smallest guy is 6'4". You got two running backs. The smallest one is 226. The fullback at 250. That's another lineman.
Out to the right side. That's Anderson. Third down, along 7. The Buckeyes. Tomczak rolls out. He's going to keep the football. He gets up over the 30, and he is creamed as he gets to the 34-yard line. But he got enough for a first down for Ohio State.
Dick, they put one man out in the pattern with Tomczak sprinting out to the right side. You had John Frank, their tight end, in a slot formation. He didn't even go out on a pattern. He just cut the defensive end and allowed Tomczak to get outside with no force whatsoever. They're going to have to make some adjustments.
Quentin Haynes, along with Weingrad and Archie Carter are the linebackers for Illinois. Thorpe, along with Cole and Thompson. Here's Tomczak. It goes to Byers, who he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and up in it by Weingrad, the middle linebacker, who is really going up against his hometown folks because he originated his high school football in Columbus, Ohio. So no gain on the play. Second down and 10. Ohio State at their own 34-yard line. There's no score. We've used up about 2 minutes of the first quarter.
Well, so far they've tested the interior of the Illini defense twice, really, to no big gain. 2 yards that Byers got on his first carry, no yardage on his second.
Up to the line they come. Frank is a tight end, split out about 5 yards to the right side. And there's Tomczak on a roll out to the right side, almost a naked reverse, and he gets about 5 yards up over the 40. And Craig Swope and Mike Evans played it well for Illinois.
Dick, that was a bootleg play, but it was run all the way. Tomczak had no idea throwing the football. In fact, his receiver on that side that he bootlegged to was blocking. He wasn't going on in the pattern at all.
Third down and 5, and a big call for Mike Tomczak. Byers checking out of the lineup in that backfield for Ohio State. And we'll check as soon as they come out of the huddle to see who has replaced him. Well, it's a wide out because Broadnax is the only running back in the backfield. Here's Tomczak. He rolls out to the right. He's going to keep the football. He's up across the 45-yard line. He's got a first down by about a yard. So for the second time in a third down situation, Tomczak rolled out the first time to the right, that time to the left, and got enough for a first down.
Well, in each case, Dick, he just has a sprint out pattern to the left or to the right. He's got his big guard leading the way, and again, there has been no force. As a matter of fact, he should have made the first down easy. It looked like he hesitated, looking to cut back, and he almost was stopped.
Ed Brady has come on, replacing Weingrad as the middle linebacker. Out of the huddle, Buckeyes. Wide right, Cedric Anderson. To the left side is Jemison. Here goes Tomczak to Byers, and he tries the left, and he goes nowhere. It was Archie Carter for one, along with Buckeyes and Thorpe. They were there to greet him as he got to the line of scrimmage and could make no further progress, so it's second down and 10, Ohio State at their own 46-yard line. Tomczak, incidentally, has carried the ball 3 times for 23 yards in the early going here at Champaign. No score. We've got 11 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Out of the huddle, Anderson comes to the right side. In the slot to the right sits Thad Jemison. They set up in the I formation. Byers is in the tailback. Right in front is Broadnax. Tomczak takes it, goes to the big guy. No, he keeps it and tries to follow Broadnax through. And awaiting him there with his open arms out was Ed Brady. Wasn't fooled a bit by that fake. And a gain of only 1. So now, 3rd down, 9, Ohio State.
Well, again, another big play, 3rd down play, and you could expect with the success Ohio State has had early in this ball game, sprinting out by the quarterback, you can expect to see it again.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. It's got long ways to go, 9 yards for a first down. And out of the huddle they come, and they spread it out wide to the right side. Anderson is wide to the right. In the slot is Jemison. Here's Tomczak. Rolls back. A penalty marker goes down. And downfield intended for Jemison. It's incomplete at the 42-yard line. But a penalty marker is down, and it appears to be against Ohio State because the Illinois players are applauding the referee's decision.
Yeah, and you got Don Thorpe who's pointing to Ohio State. I'm sure if it's against him, he'll be declined.
And it's going to be a legal procedure against the Buckeyes. Illinois will, of course, decline the penalty. They'll put Ohio State into a punting situation. And they're going to be kicking into the teeth of about a 20-mile-an-hour gale that is coming directly out of the south right now.
But again, they move the ball pretty good. They're going to be kicking from their own 47-yard line, so the Illini will not end up in great field position.
Now here is the big situation for Mr. Don Passmore, who will be back deep for Illinois. As you know, it's Chris Sigerty pointed out, Jim, to me before the game that you kick it to the south end of the stadium, and when he gets above that horseshoe, the wind really just blows the ball down. So Passmore will let it go up. It's not a kick quick to him. And here's a high, spiraling kick by Edwards, and Passmore has got a fair catch. Oh, he catches the ball and moves out with it and gets across the 20 out to the 21.
Fair catch? What's a fair catch?
35-yard putt for Carl Edwards, who came into the ball game averaging slightly over 40 a kick. So Illinois will get their hands on the football for the first time this afternoon. As Jack Trudeau.
You know, Ohio State ranks number 8 in the Big Ten in pass defense, so we may see that ball in the air even more than usual.
We were told there was going to be no tight end a couple of times here today, Jim, but there is one now, and that's Tim Brewster. And he sets up on the right side. Trudeau, a quick pass out to Williams, and he catches it immediately. Looks like he kind of lost his balance. He picked up 5 yards on the complete a pass play. So it's going to be 2nd down. They say actually he was down at the 24, so give him only 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, with the one-back offense, Dick, you got 3 wide receivers there, and at that time the safety was playing off of Williams. It was a quick pop for 5 yards. Could have been more.
Here to the near side is Golden. Williams is out far to the right. Jack Trudeau is going to throw it again. Looks down over the middle. Now it's a safety valve out to Rook in the flat. Tries to get by one, gets by another, spins away from a tackler at the 25, and gets up to near the 27-yard line. All right, good, quick recovery by Ohio State defensively.
Yeah, Trudeau looked down the field, looked at 2 or 3 receivers, couldn't find anybody, saw Rooks out there. As you had mentioned, a safety valve. Picked up a couple yards, but that was, again, to the good reaction of Ohio State defense.
3rd down and a long 3 for Illinois. Rookins is into the lineup. He comes wide to the left side. He's picked up over here by their premier cornerback, Sean Gale. Here's Trudeau to throw it. It's out into the flat, and it's taken over there by Golden. First down, up across the 30 and out to the 32-yard line.
Dick, I'll tell you, they had him double covered out there, but they didn't cover him very well. That was just, Golden just turned and drifted down the field a couple yards, and Jack almost overthrew him, but it was a good catch by Golden.
David Boatwright, wide out, is into the lineup now for Illinois. He goes to the near side of the field. This side, Randy Grant sets up along with Brookins. With one running back, Thomas Rooks, and they go to Rooks on the draw up the middle. And Rooks across the 35, spins outside of the 37-yard line, ran laterally to the line of scrimmage, more than penetrated upfield, but nonetheless, he got about 5 yards on the running play.
I got about 5, Dick, but as you mentioned, he ran laterally, and it looked like he could have picked up more yards, but he just didn't get it turned upfield.
So 2nd down and a long 5 for Illinois. No score, 9 minutes to go in the first period. Here to the near side is Boatwright. Wide to the right, Cam Benson. In the slot to the right side, sets up Randy Grant. And Trudeau calling the automatic at the line of scrimmage with Rooks, the lone running back. Takes it, pitches it back to Rooks, swings left. Rooks flips through the defense across the 45. He's got a first down out to the 47-yard line.
Dick, I'll bet you I would guess that was an audible. Jack Saw looked under the line of scrimmage. What they have is one of their linebackers is in a walk-away position. With a one-back offense, they're not keeping their linebackers in tight, and they're kind of doubling out on the outside receivers. They saw that. Jack Saw. He did a quick pitch to Rooks, picked up the first down.
So wide to the right goes Benson. In the slot to the right sets Williams. Here to the near side. So he's got Boatwright. Back goes Trudeau to throw it. He better hurry, and he's going to be sacked back at the 35-yard line. And knifing through is Dave Morrell, the big tackle, a 6'3", 260-pound junior out of Centerville, Ohio, that made the sack. That for Morrell is the third sack of the year for him. The Buckeyes defensively have sacked their quarterback 9 times. That's the 10th time on the year. And it's a loss of about 10. So it's second down at 20, Illinois. Wide to the right goes Brookins. Here to the near side is Golden. In the slot over to the right is Williams. Here goes Trudeau on a draw to Rooks. Rooks tries to go through the middle as he gets into that secondary area. Tried to split those 2 tacklers, but couldn't get the job done because the 2 linebackers, Roland Tatum and Clark Backus, stayed home and made the stop.
So far, it looks like there's good initial holes, but it's good reaction by the Ohio State defense. I mean, they get off their blocks well and get back to the ball carrier.
Third down, 17 for Illinois. The ball at their own 40-yard line. Brookins sets out wide to the right. In the slot to the right, Randy Grant. Trudeau taking it, dropping straight back into the pocket. Gets good protection this time. Gets away down over the middle, incomplete. It was intended, it appeared to be for Brookins, but over there on the right side, Garcia Lane was one-on-one on Brookins and really kind of shielding him away.
They're doing a lot of double coverage out in the secondary, Dick. You're again going back. Those linebackers are not coming. They're doubling up with one of the cornerbacks out on the wide receivers. And so far, Jack has had some problems finding the receiver open.
Sigourney will punt for Illinois. He's going to be standing back around his 25-yard line. On the year, Sigourney is averaging right at 41 yards a punt. He's kicked it 21 times to get that average. And dropping back deep for the Buckeyes, Garcia Lane. The kick by Sigourney. It's a good high spiral away from Lane at the 12-yard line. He gets by one, by another, moves up the far side at the 30, and is bumped out of bounds up at the 37, or let's make it 38-yard line. And Garcia Lane, who came into the ball game approaching a new Ohio State record in punt returns, right there, Jim almost did it. He needed 26 yards, and he just about got it.
And he ran 2 back for touchdowns last week in their game against Purdue.
It was a 46-yard punt. A 46-yard punt and a 24-yard return. Well, with the score, Ohio State nothing, Illinois nothing. Let's pause for this word from our local stations. This is the University of Illinois Sports Network.
It's a great year for you, too. Member SIPC.
Well, welcome back to Champaign. No score in our Illinois-Ohio State game. 7-12 remain in the first period, and the Buckeyes with a football at their own 38-yard line, first down and 10. Mike Tomczak has him up and ready to go. He drops right straight back to throw the football. He better hurry, and he's running. He throws it in. Wait a minute. They say that he threw it and he was hit from behind on a great defensive play by Mike Johnson, and I'll tell you, Tomczak is a little slow in getting up.
His ankle may have twisted as he was tackled. He was grabbed right around the shoelaces from behind, and he's down. Trainers are coming out to look at him.
It was an incomplete pass, and Tomczak is a little bit shaken up on the play. And if he has to go out, he will be replaced by Brent Offenbecker, a 6-foot, 190-pound senior from Massillon, Ohio. And that's exactly what Earl Bruce is going to do. Tomczak is going off of the field on his own strength, we might add. His father is the football coach at Thornton Fractional High School in Ohio State, and I'm sure in attendance here today, Jim.
Oh, I'm sure he's here.
Second down and 10.
You can expect the running play here, Dick. I mean, the new quarterback comes in, didn't throw a ball, warming up. Look for Broadnax to get it.
He's got Myers in a slot out to the right. Broadnax is the lone running back. Here he goes. It goes to Broadnax, the big fullback, cracks the middle, and he runs into the arms of Weingrad, but not until he got about 5 yards. And it's going to be actually only a 4-yard pickup to give him, so it's going to be third down and 6 for the Buckeyes. Tomczak is going to come back into the lineup now for Ohio State.
Can you imagine tackling that guy when he has a running start? 252 pounds, and that's what they list him at. You know he's probably about 260.
The Buckeyes, Jim, have been famous for those big-type fullbacks. They had Pete Johnson and now Broadnax. Like they belong in the line. Third down, Buckeyes. Tomczak drops back to throw, and they let it go out of flat, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Edwards. The 25, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Illinois.
I'll tell you, Dick, great interception by Edwards, but I didn't catch the number. There was a blitz. Rush Tomczak, he threw the ball just to get rid of it, and that's how you get interceptions.
Well, needless to say, as you can tell by the background, this is a noisy football stadium, Jim. I don't believe in my life I have ever heard this much noise in Memorial Stadium.
This whole year, Dick, has been so great. Any of the people haven't experienced coming down to Illinois games, believe me, folks, it ain't like it what used to be.
They don't know what they're missing. So Chris White comes on to try for the point after. Kenny Cruz will hold it. Ohio State is short a man. They finally get someone out there. Waiting for the snap, the placement, the kick by White is up, and it's good. With the score, Illinois 7, Ohio State nothing. Let's pause for this message.
St. Louis, Missouri. Bring out your band.
Well, it hasn't quieted down a bit while you were gone. It's still noisy in Champaign after Edwards intercepted a Tomczak pass and returned it 47 yards for a touchdown. And White kicked the extra point at 7-0, and we await the kickoff from Chris. Back Holland and Woolridge for the Buckeyes. Here comes the run up by Chris White. He kicks it. He kicks it high, and he kicks it long, and Ohio State will wisely down it and bring it out to the 20-yard line. He took it about 7 yards deep into the end zone. So it's 1st and 10, Ohio State from their own 20-yard line.
Dick, as we were mentioning, as I was mentioning earlier, that interception really was caused by the pressure, and I'm not sure of this thing, but I think it was a safety blitz. Swope was coming him right up the middle and almost grabbed Tomczak. He threw it. Bad pass, and we got 7.
That's the 7th time this year that Tomczak has been intercepted.
Let's try for one more. Let's make it 8.
And out of the huddle he comes with his Buckeye teammates, moves them up to the line of scrimmage. He sets Anderson wide to the right side along with Thad Jemison. Broadnax and fires to the running backs. He hands it off, and Broadnax runs into a bunch of orange and blue at the line of scrimmage, and the first one there was Archie Carter. Also at Brady, all the linebackers are right in on the bulk of the mass, which is occupied by Vaughn Broadnax.
Again, Dick, they're testing the middle of that Illini defense. No one's been successful up the middle on the Illini yet. And I would expect them to start going out to the perimeters again, either on sweeps to Byers, pitch outs to Byers, or having Tomczak sprint out.
The Buckeyes are alternating their offensive guards with plays from the side, and it's as Laudermilk has just come in replacing Solinsky. They pitch the ball back. Byers sweeps out to the left side, and he runs into a whole host of Illinois players again. He got only 2 yards that time. It was Swope, it was Brady, and also over there for the Illini was big number 95, who had come out of nowhere. Let's correct that, number 85, Mike Johnson.
Dick, the way they sealed the block on the defensive end, it looked like he was going to develop to much better yards than they actually occurred. But good pursuit came up. The cornerback came up and forced well, and frankly, the guards of Ohio State looked awfully slow coming out.
Out of the huddle they come. Near side is Jemison. Out far to the right side is Anderson. It's 3rd down, 7 to go for the Buckeyes from their own 23-yard line. And now they're calling the automatic at the line of scrimmage. Tomczak resets his back, drops back to throw the football. It's a quick one down and out, completed into the hands of Thad Jemison. It's going to be a 1st down for Ohio State up at the 33-yard line.
Well, the Illini showed the blitz. Tomczak audible to a quick turnout, a good play against the blitz. You don't have any time to get to the quarterback. It was a good call.
That's the 13th reception of the year for Thad Jemison. 1st and 10, Ohio State. That's the first pass completed, we might add, by Mike Tomczak today. At their own 33-yard line, set up in the power I formation, Tomczak takes the ball, pitches it back. There goes Byers, sweeping out to the left side, cuts back against the grain, gets it up over the 35. He was hit pretty hard by one of those outside linebackers over there, Jim, but he still managed his forward progress out to the 37. I believe that was Clinton Haynes that made the initial contact. Brady also was in on the tackle. Brady is coming out, by the way, and been replaced by Weingrad.
Well, they rotate those 2 middle linebackers quite a bit. Brady comes in, Weingrad comes in, and
it's 2nd down, 7 to go for, let's make it 6, a short 6 for Ohio State at their own 37-yard line. Tomczak overloads to the left side with Jemison. Now they pitch it and sweep it wide to the right. Byers cuts back against the grain and moves it up over the 40 and out to near the 42-yard line. And for Illinois, it was Clinton Haynes that made the tackle. Also Weingrad helping out. So here's a 3rd down and very short yardage for the Buckeyes for a 1st down at their own 41-yard line. They have to get it to the 43. 3 minutes and 45 seconds remain in the first period. Illinois 7, Ohio State nothing. Out left goes Jemison. To the right, that's Cedric Anderson. Boy, remember that pass last year. Anderson caught one for 74 yards against Illinois. Tomczak turns, gives it to the big guy Broadnax, and Broadnax, I don't know whether he's got it or not. Looked like almost a bulldozer, Jim. He put his head down and just literally bulldozed his way upfield, and he's going to be very close to a first down, and Donnie Thorpe is a little slow in getting up into that backfield.
Well, he's limping a little bit. I hope it's not anything too serious, but maybe he just shocked his ankle. But speaking of Broadnax, I'll tell you, there was no hole there. He just, like you said, it just was a bulldozer, just pushing people up for 2 yards.
Looks like he put the blade right down on the cement. Jim started moving forward.
That's right.
Well, they set those chains. It's going to be very, very, very close to a first down, and he doesn't have it. He is about 3 inches shy.
3 inches. That's.
Well, what do you do, Jim? Now you're trailing 7-0. You go for it?
They're going to go for it with 3 inches, Dick. I mean, a real
Broadnax, I think you would.
Yeah. I would imagine that he has not been stopped for too many losses in his career.
All he has to do is get moving, and that's good for a couple of inches right there. So fourth down for Ohio State at their own 43. I'll tell you, if he doesn't make it, you can tell by the roar in the background. We won't have to describe a thing.
That is for sure.
Up to the line, they come. Illinois digging in. Tomczak down, ready to go. Wait for the snap, and he's going to sneak it across, and he's got the first down behind the good up-front blocking by Joe Dooley, the big center from Cincinnati. And he got enough for a first down out to the 44-yard line. So the Buckeyes first and 10 at that point with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first quarter.
As we had mentioned earlier, too, Dick, I mean, that is a pretty big offensive line of Ohio State Buckeyes. When you have Dooley at 6'6" and 268 pounds, that's the center. And Zielinski and Lacey are over 260 pounds apiece. They get a lot of meat.
Well, with the score, Ohio State 0, Illinois 7. Let's pause for station identification. This is the University of Illinois Sports Network.
Bill Gleason talks sports weekday afternoons at 5 o'clock on AM 1000 WCFL Chicago. The time is 1:32.
Well, next Saturday afternoon we'll be in West Lafayette, Indiana. And for those of you that get as confused as we do about this Eastern Standard Time and Daylight Savings Time, it will be the same time in West Lafayette as it is in Illinois. So our kickoff next Saturday at 1:30. Airtime will be at 1:15. Illinois and Purdue next Saturday. First and 10 for the Buckeyes. Tomczak drops back to throw the football. It's out of the flat over on the far side, and it's a completed pass play into Illinois territory to Jemison across the 45 and down to the Illinois 44-yard line. And it's what's correct that it was to the big tight end, John Frank, and not Jemison. So it'll be first down for the Buckeyes at the Illinois 44.
That ball was right there, Dick. Well thrown football by Tomczak because Frank was pretty well covered. He had Edwards right on his back, and just as he caught it, they made the hit.
He's the leading receiver for Ohio State. 18 receptions, 214 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Out of the huddle they come, first and 10 at the Illinois 44. Here goes a handoff to Fire, swings wide to the right side, and he is going to be caught and still manages to keep his balance and gets across the 40 and down to the 39-yard line. A great effort by Keith Fires, the fine sophomore running back out of Dayton, Ohio.
Dick, I'll tell you, he showed some balance there because he was hit and he was spinning, looked like he was falling to the ground, but he spun off that tackle and picked up 3 more yards. He's an impressive young man.
Donnie Thorpe, Jim, is coming off, still looks like he might be a little hobbled up. He was the man, along with Brady, that had made that initial contact but couldn't hold him. So, second down, 4 for Ohio State at the Illinois 38, their deepest penetration of the game.
Did you hear the new nickname they gave Buckeyes and Thorpe, the Bruise Brothers?
The Bruise Brothers.
John Hussar in the Tribune called them the Bruise Brothers.
Well, with the score, Illinois 7, Ohio State nothing. Let's pause for this word from our local stations. This is the University of Illinois Sports Network.
This winning combination is waiting for you at your Chicagoland Lincoln Mercury dealers today.
Well, we've got 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go. In the first quarter, the Illini leading 7-0. The Buckeyes are on the move right now. They have it second down, 4 at the Illinois 38-yard line. And up to the line scrimmage they come. Here to the near side is Jemison. Wide left, Cedric Anderson. In the slot over to that side is Frank. Here's a handoff to the big fullback, who is Broadnax, and I'll tell you, he was caught for a loss back at the 40-yard line.
Well, they tried to put a draw play to Broadnax, but the rushman just came in such a wave that there was no chance. Just as he got the ball, he was hit, and he did drag a guy a yard to pick up something at least.
So third down and 6, Ohio State at the Illinois 40. Some changes now offensively for the Buckeyes. Cedric Anderson is out of there, and Judd Groza, that's a familiar name to football fans. Lou Groza's son is now in, and he is going to be a tight end on the right side.
Two tight ends with two running backs, Dick.
Third down, 6. Tomczak rolls out. The pressure is on. He's going to be hit, and intercepted by Weingrad. He's up across the 40 and out to the 41-yard line. And I'll tell you right now, Tomczak had to run for his life.
Well, you had Buckeyes chasing him again. They had Tomczak in his grabs, and he threw the ball up for grabs, and Weingrad made a beautiful interception. He just tipped it on his fingertips, dropped back into his hands, and boy, I tell you, folks, that's some defense out there.
So Illinois, their second big play of the game.
And again, pressure was getting to Tomczak.
First and 10, their own 41-yard line. That's the second interception of the year, by the way, for Mike Weingrad. Out wide to the right is Benson. Beverly is in as a running back. He splits away from Rooks. They pitch it back to Thomas Rooks. Gets across the 45 and puts his head down and gets out near midfield. And a fine bit of running by Thomas Rooks, and give Dwight Beverly a pretty good credible job for blocking, Jim.
Well, I got some good blocks in front of him. Beverly for one, and Schulte coming out pulling made another good block.
We were asked the question on our Monday night call-in show, why Dwight Beverly changed from number 26 to number 20 this year. Last year it was Kirby Wilson that rode that number, Jim, but it was his junior college number, and he wanted it, so this was a chance to put it back on. Eliminates a lot of questions, I'm sure. Here's a handoff to Beverly, and he splits the left side, and he's got a first down. He actually threw his body over the line of scrimmage and got all the way down to the Ohio State 46. Thomas Rooks has carried it 4 times for 26 yards for Illinois. First and 10, Illinois, inside Ohio State territory at the Buckeye 46. As Williams checks out of the lineup for Illinois. Been replaced by Golden. Grant goes wide to the right. Also farther to the right sets Mitchell Brookins. A split backfield of Beverly and Rooks. Trudeau drops back to throw. He lets one go out of the fight, incomplete. It was intended down there for Randy Grant.
Did you hear me say watch out? Because Trudeau dropped back, had his back to our side of the field, and they had a cornerback blitz on, and it was Sean Gale that almost got to Jack. And I think it really rushed his pass.
So second down and 10 for Illinois at the Buckeye 46. Brookins and Grant both go to the right side. Golden is set up here to the near side of the field. There is no tight end of the lineup right now, Jim. No tight end at all. Here's a draw to Rooks. He cracks the middle, and Rooks is down to the 41-yard line. Oh, if he could have cut out a little bit to his right there, Jimmy, when he got into that secondary, he'd have gained a lot of real estate. Third down, 5, Illinois at the Buckeye 41.
Real good reaction by the inside middle linebackers of Roland Tatum and Clark Backus. They've done a nice job on stopping those draw plays.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter with the score. Illinois 7, Ohio State nothing. Let's pause for this word from our local stations. This is the University of Illinois Sports Network. Well, welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Here's a pass over the middle to Williams, the 30, the 20, and he goes all the way down out of bounds at the Ohio State 21-yard line, but a penalty marker is down.
There's a flag down, Dick, and it looked like the Buckeyes jumped now. Were they drawn offside or not, I can't tell you, but the way they're keeping the ball down by the Ohio State goal line, it looks like it was against the Buckeyes, so it'll be a first down.
So a pass play good for 21 yards. Trudeau to David Williams.
In those passing situations, Dick, they're coming with 5 defensive backs, but they're also pulling a down lineman, and the 4 rushmen they have, 2 of them are really linebackers, so they got all kinds of speed.
Benson out to the right. He, along with Golden, are set out this side. Randy Grant over to the left. The I formation. Here's the handoff, and it goes to Beverly, and he's across the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Give him about 3 yards on the running play for the Buckeyes of Ohio State. It was the left tackle, Dave Crecilius, who made the stop. A 6'5", 250-pound junior out of Ashland, Ohio. So second down, 7 to go. Illinois at the Buckeye. Now they say back at the 19-yard line. So he gained only 2. It's second down and 8. In the slot to the right is Grant. Brookins is wide to the right side. Trudeau is going to throw it. Drops right straight back into the pocket. All kinds of time. Out on the flat to Beverly. The 15. Puts his head down. Crosses the 10. And has got a first down down to the 9.
Dick, I'll tell you what, you may see more of this, too. The way the defensive secondary of the Buckeyes are playing the wide receivers, and the linebacker is doubling up on them. They're ignoring the backs coming out of the backfield. Thomas Rooks was also open, slipping in out of the line of scrimmage, off the line of scrimmage in the middle. If he went there, we'd have had another first down.
That play, Jim, was called down from the coaches sitting to our right. I know Bob Gamble's got to be awfully happy about that. Here it is, first and goal to go. Ohio State at the Buckeye 9. Trudeau 5 for 7 for 42 yards thus far. Turns, gives it off to Beverly, sweeps the right side, cuts back, still on his feet and fighting for a little running room down to the 7-yard line. Give him a couple of tough yards for Illinois, and it's going to be second down, 7 yards to go for a touchdown.
Again, good reaction by the inside linebackers of the Buckeyes. That is a lead play where the fullback leads in on the linebacker, and as soon as they see that movement, the inside linebackers just came up to meet Rook's blocks and drove Beverly to the outside.
Well, here's the score for you. Purdue 7, Iowa nothing in the first quarter at Iowa City. David Williams sets out to the left. Near side, we have Golden. Trudeau on second down and 7 at the Buckeye 7. Resets his back on the automatic call. Takes the snap, rolls out to the left side. He better hurry, and he's going to be sacked all the way back to the 18-yard line. Great effort that time for Ohio State was Kurt Curtis, a 6'2", 212-pound senior out of Potomac, Missouri. And I'll tell you, he has got great quickness. That's the way the book listed him. He leads the team in tackles for a loss, 10 for a minus 39 yards, and it's no wonder why. He came flying out of nowhere to grab him.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Dick, but you got to talk to one of the two offensive backs there. I mean, they're coming out in a sprint out, leading Jack out there, but you also got to look to the inside and see if anybody's coming. No one picked up Curtis on the blitz.
Out wide to the left. Goes Golden. Jack Trudeau on third down, drops right straight back in the pocket. Down over the middle, incomplete. It was intended for Williams, and Gale made a last-second desperation bat down to the ball because Williams was in the clear, but a great play by Gale.
It certainly was, Dick. That's that little drag pattern that they have to the inside slot man just coming across the middle after everything clears. And it's a tough, tough play to defense against, but Gale just got his hand up there and knocked it away.
Well, Chris White has come on to try for a field goal. He'll be kicking it from the 23-yard line. And from that distance, he is 2 out of 3 on the air. He'll be kicking right into the wind. Cruz will hold it. Waiting for the snap from Brady. Here it is, the placement, the kick by White is up, and it's good. With the score, Illinois 10, Ohio State 7. Or let's correct that. Illinois 10, Ohio State nothing. Let's pause for this message. Well, welcome back to Champaign, and Chris White just connected on a 33-yard field goal, making it 10-0. I almost tried to give points away. Our engineer at Bond, Jim, says don't give them away.
That's for sure, Richard. We're going to have a tough enough time. We got to get some more.
Here's a mighty big kickoff, Jim, I think coming up right here because White's going to be kicking into the wind. The Illini, the first 2 times they've kicked off, on the initial kickoff and after they scored the touchdown, it went well into the end zone. They had to take it to 20, but the Buckeyes could certainly get great field position here unless White can get a real boomer underway. Here comes a run up by White, and it's a low squib. Takes a great bounce up front, and it's taken by Tatum, and Tatum's still on his feet across the 30 and out to the 33-yard line.
Well, Dick, it was Broadneck. They said who carried the football, and one thing good about that, you knew when he saw him get the ball, he wasn't going to go all the way.
Well, I saw 30. I thought it was 32. Instead, it was 38, which was Broadneck. There, you know, Ohio State, with their color combination, Jim, it's really difficult to see those red numbers on a white jersey. There's that much contrast. We said that a closed-circuit television is going on at the Assembly Hall. They have approximately 3,000 people over there that paid $6 to watch it. Here's a handoff and a sweep to the right to Byers. He's got good running room out over the 45-yard line and near the 46 and a first down for the Buckeyes. And boy, Illinois almost guilty of a late hit right there.
Yes, you're right, Dick. It looked like one of them just almost landed on his head just as the whistle was blown. But Byers did a nice job of just slipping to the outside of it. They did block up the middle on him, and he has the ability to dip it outside, and he has pretty good speed for a guy that's 226 pounds.
Well, he's averaged 6.2 yards a carry coming into the ball game. His longest run was 46 yards. to the line of scrimmage they come. They're in a first down situation at their own 46. The handoff goes to Byers again, spins away, and gets to maybe a yard, and that's all. Offenbecker is the quarterback for Ohio State. And Mike Tomczak, who had his shaky moments there in the first quarter with an intercepted pass and a touchdown with it, and then a couple of sack jobs, Offenbecker has got the call from Earl Bruce. Offenbecker originally had attended Wake Forest College and transferred to Ohio State after his freshman year. Understand was one of the great products of Massillon, Ohio High School. And he's got his ball club up to the line of scrimmage now, second down and 9 at their own 48-yard line. Offenbecker goes back, and he's hit, fumbles the ball, and I believe Illinois has got it. It'll be a questionable call if they give it to him, and they're going to. Dick, Offenbecker was going for a quick out, but Darrell Thompson got him from the blind side before he could even throw a quick out pattern. Now, there's no protection going on there if you get hit like that. So first and 10, Illinois on a fumble by Offenbecker. They have it at the Buckeye 45-yard line. Well, that defense coming again. Wide left is Williams. Wide, a little farther left, goes Mitchell Brookins. Butkus got the recovery. Thompson got the hit. Trudeau to Williams over the middle, complete down to the Buckeye 35. Close to a first down. Well, a little activity away from the play, Jim, going on over there for the Buckeyes. Kurt Curtis and Bob Stowe of Illinois. Well, a little talking to each other. You know, you get your adrenaline flowing, and I enjoyed the flight over from Columbus. That's right. Did you have a good stay last night in Champaign? Did you get to bed at time? Out to the right side goes Golden. We got one running back. That's Thomas Rooks. Wide to the left is Brookins. They pitch it back. Rooks sweeps out to the left. Cuts back inside. Oh, what a block. What a great block by Chris Babiar. Whew. I'll tell you what, when the fans in the stand go, woo, you know that was a block. And Babiar not only makes that one, but he got up and went on downfield to lead the way again for Rooks. He got enough for the first down to the Buckeye 31-yard line. So out of the huddle they come. Wide left is Benson. In the slot to the left goes Grant. Here to the near side is Boatwright. And again, it's Thomas Rooks, the lone running back. Brewster, the tight end on the right. They haven't thrown the ball to him once today. He was a leading receiver coming into the game. His injury last a week ago was all right. Here's a pass to Boatwright. He catches it and drops it at the 25. In and out of his hands. But boy, I'll tell you, great pressure was put on him by Kelvin Bell, a junior out of Richmond, Virginia, the safety for Ohio State. Well, it's second and 10, Illinois at the Buckeye 31. The clock shows 10 minutes remaining. In the second quarter, Illinois 10, Ohio State nothing. Out of the huddle they come. Benson goes wide to the left side. Boatwright to the near side, and Williams is in the slot to the left. Jack Trudeau looking over the defense, takes the snap, drops right straight back, sets himself. He's got a man over the middle. That's Brewster. Brewster on his feet, gets it across, and he drops the football, and Ohio State has got it. Brewster was hit, and the Buckeyes have recovered at their own 22-yard line. That's too bad, Dick. He looked like he was just trying to pick up some extra yardage. He was spinning, and the ball just got away from him. I wonder if he was a little concerned as he was getting hit. You know he has 15 stitches in his forehead, and you know when you're going to get hit in the head, you got to think about that. Well, with the score, Illinois 10, Ohio State nothing. Let's pause for this word from our local stations. This is the University of Illinois Sports Network. To Memorial Stadium. Offenbecker drops back to throw the football. It's out into the flat, and it's caught there by Ohio State's Jemison, it looks like, and he goes out of bounds up around the 36-yard line. Enough for a first down for the Buckeyes. Well, there was some Illini around him, but it looked like they just weren't aware of where the ball was, because when it first was thrown, you had the quarterback coming back into that area. It looked like he could have picked it off. I just don't think he saw the ball. So Wayne Pugh has come into the lineup now for Illinois, replacing Edwards at the strong safety spot. First and 10, Ohio State at their own 36-yard line. Anderson to the near side. Jemison goes wide to the right. Here goes Offenbecker, goes to hand off to Broadneck, keeps the ball, and he is free behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, I tell you, Dick, that is some defense. That's the belly option play of the quarterback. He rides the fullback in and keeps it, and then either runs with the ball or pitches to his tailback. Well, he had no chance as he was handing off to Broadneck. You had two defenders around grabbing both of them.
Well, Don Thorpe was the first one on the job, and I'll tell you, he got both of them, as you had mentioned, Jimmy, at one time. So second down, he loses a yard on the play. Second down and 11 at their own 35-yard line. Out wide right, Jemison, Cedric Anderson to the near side. Byers and Broadneck, they're the two running backs, and they're lined up in the I formation. Offenbecker takes it, gives it to Byers, tries the middle, and gets very little, if any. Brought down by Thorpe again.
Well, he's having one heck of a ball game, Dick. You know, he almost had Tom Zach earlier in the ball game. They gave it an incompleted pass, but some of the fans thought he was down before he threw the ball.
Third down and 10. Ohio State is 3 of 7 on third down conversions attempts. Byers is out of the lineup, and they put in another receiver right now. No, wait a minute. They're going to put in another running back. For Ohio State, it's Lindsey. Here they pitch to correct that. Here's a sweep out to the right side, and they got a first down. And that was John Woolridge that carried that football, a freshman. And he got a first down across midfield down to the Buckeye 47-yard line.
Well, Woolridge really had some speed there, Dick. I mean, that was just a quick pitch out to the sideline, but his speed got him the first down.
Woolridge is a freshman running back from Akron, Ohio. So first and 10 Buckeyes at the Illinois 47. Anderson to the near side, Jimson to the right. Frank is at tight end on the left. Byers is back in replacing Woolridge. Here goes Offenbecker, fakes the running play, drops right back, fakes around. He's going to be sacked back at the 45-yard line. Don Thorpe again for Illinois.
Boy, I'll tell you, Dick, there is a Mr. Scott Zielinski who's trying to block Thorpe, and he's really having his problems. Thorpe has been all over the field.
He's coming off, Thorpe that is, Jim, holding his left arm in a precarious situation away there. Let's hope there's no injury to Donnie Thorpe on that left arm. So a loss on the play of about 7 to 8 yards. Second down, 18 for the Buckeyes at their own 45-yard line. 7.5 minutes to go until halftime. Illinois 10, Ohio State nothing. Cedric Anderson to the near side. Jimison goes over to the right side. Offenbecker is the quarterback for Ohio State. Tomczak started, but Offenbecker's come on. Drops right straight back. It's a screen pass out on the flat. Taken over here by Woolridge. Trying to shake loose, and he's hit. He's hit and brought down from behind by Terry Cole.
No, Ed Brady.
Ed Brady of Morris, Illinois. Jimmy on a great tackle. And he loses a little yardage again on the play. It's going to be third down and now 19 to go.
Dick, but I think it was Archie Carter who really set that up. He was just playing with the guard, holding him, looking for the back to make a move, and allowed Brady to come in from behind and make the tackle.
Don Thorpe checks back into the lineup for Illinois. He, along with Butkus, Cole, and Thompson, they're up front. Brady, Archie Carter, Clinton Haynes are the linebackers. Third down, 19, Ohio State from their own 44. Offenbecker waiting for Dooley to snap the ball. Waits a lot of time. Now he drops right straight back. He's going to throw a long one way downfield. Intercepted by Evans. He cuts back against the grain across the 40 and back to the 42-yard line.
Dick, you talk about a cat and mouse game. You had Evans up in a position, looked like he was going to blitz. After I think Offenbecker made his checkoff, you saw him drop back and zone that right side of the field, and that's how you got the interception. Great call, defensive call by my friend Max McCartney.
So first and 10, Illinois, their third interception of the ball game. And that, incidentally, is the fourth turnover for Ohio State. Out of the huddle they come. Brookins wide to the left. Williams is in the slot to the left side. They set up in the I formation. Jack Trudeau taking a little time, turns, gives it off to Beverly. He's the middleman who he's hit from the blind side. And cracking across there was Curtis, the outside linebacker for the Buckeyes, and he really hit Beverly and hit him a good one. Loses a little bit on the play, so it's going to be second down and 11 to go for Illinois, just outside their own 40-yard line. The clock shows 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the first half at Champaign. The score, Illinois 10, Ohio State nothing. The battle to remain in contention for the Big Ten championship. The Buckeyes are 2-1. A loss to Iowa, their only setback. Illinois 3-0 in the conference. Drop back is Trudeau. Over the middle. It's caught. Here goes Golden. Gets by one and gets up for about 3 or 4 yards near the 44-yard line.
I think it's a little crossing pattern that you're trying to catch underneath the linebacker. This time they had a 2 deep and a 5 across the field zone, and Nelson caught the ball but couldn't pick up any yardage. And Jack's got to watch it. He rifled that ball, and it was only about a 4-yard pass, so Nelson had trouble hanging on to it.
Well, Illinois has been pretty potent on third down conversions. They have connected on 3 of 4. Here's Trudeau on third down. Drops right straight back. One way down into the corner, incomplete. And they think Garcia should be called for pass interference on David Williams. And it's going to be incomplete. And Illinois will have to kick the football to Ohio State, and Sigourney comes on. Garcia Lane will drop back deep for the Buckeyes.
A bad choice by Jack Trudeau there. He tried to hit Williams on an out pattern, but there were 2 men around him. If it was complete, the best chance would have been complete to Ohio State Buckeye.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Jimmy, that specialty team is going to have their heads up and their eyes glued on Garcia Lane on this punt return, because he almost broke the first one here today. He stands back at the 20, and he ought to get a good return on this one. Sigourney punts into the wind. It's a low liner. Oh, does he kick a big one? Garcia Lane, it hits inside the 10, down to the 5. What a play by Sigourney.
Well, Dick, taking what's normally an AstroTurf bounce where it just keeps rolling, he had some backspin on it. It came back, and another good break for the lineup.
50-yard punt by Chris Sigourney. When things go right, they go right. With a score, Illinois 10, Ohio State nothing. Let's pause for this message. Welcome back to Champaign. Offenbecker turns. A hand off to Byers. He cracks off the right side. He's out over the 5 and up to the 7-yard line. Well, with the score, Ohio State 10, let's make that Illinois 10, Ohio State nothing. I'll do it yet. Let's pause for station identification. This is the University of Illinois Sports Network.
Before you can find anybody else, there's Bill Berg. Mornings at 5 on AM 1000 WCFL Chicago. This word from the WCFL newsroom, actor Pat O'Brien died today of a massive coronary attack. It's 2:03.
Cedric Anderson goes wide to the left for the Buckeyes. Jamison to the right side. Offenbecker, the quarterback, takes the ball, rolls out to the right, lets one go upfield, incomplete. It was intended for Cedric Anderson at the 20-yard line. The Buckeyes are going to kick the football to Illinois. Boy, Jim, listen to the 75,000 fans in the background. Unbelievable noise.
Do they appreciate that defense out there? They certainly do.
You don't suppose that there'll be a little excitement if things stay like this around the fraternities and the sororities tonight when the alumni all get together?
Well, I'm going to
I understand that you have to speak at the teacup.
I'm going to speak at the
If you got white cups on, so you can write the notes down. Back to kick is Edwards. He'll be kicking from the end zone. Waiting is Passmore up at midfield for Illinois. Here comes the kick. He kicks it away, and Passmore is going to let it hit. Takes a bounce in favor of Ohio State, and he wisely gets away from it. And you talk about a long kick that's going to go into the record books. It's going to go out of bounds at the 8-yard line, and believe it or not, that is some kind of a punt. It's going to be credited an 86-yard kick to Edwards.
Talk about a great break, Dick. I mean, that ball was a line drive kick, and Benson couldn't get up to the ball in time. He let it bounce thinking that it was going to take a hop right into his arms, but it took a low kick to the right and kept rolling. It was a good break for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Well, 3:08 to go in the half. I'm sure that Passmore will be talked to, Jimmy, about that. You don't let that ball go like that, do you?
Well,
you have to get down like an outfielder and field it up some way or another. Officially, an 87-yard kick by Edwards. That's the longest of the year in the Big Ten. So Jack Trudeau waiting for the officials to get organized. 28-0 is the score. Michigan over Northwestern at the end of 3 quarters. Here goes Trudeau. He's going to throw the football. It's back into the end zone. It's a screen pass out on the flat taken by Thomas Rooks. Rooks up over the 15. Rooks across to the 18-yard line, out to the 19-yard line, and a first down for Illinois.
I'll tell you, Dick, a very gutsy call when you're down by your own end zone to call a screen pass. Quarterbacks have been trapped on screen passes. Could have been a safety, but it worked out very, very well.
Our official statistician, I'm sure, is looking up the records of the longest punt, but I can assure him that 87 yards is not quite long enough. If I'm not mistaken, it's like a 92 or 3-yard kick. We'll have to check that out. 1st and 10, Illinois at their own 19-yard line. Trudeau is calling the automatic at the line of scrimmage. He turns, gives it off to Rooks again, cracks the middle and gets maybe a yard, and that is off. And the longest punt was a 96-yard kick set back in 1952 by George O'Brien of Wisconsin in the game against Iowa.
A little bit of trivia for you out there, folks.
Got to remember, too, Jim, that was on grass.
That's right.
That was not on hard surface.
I wonder how far that one carried in the air.
Jack Trudeau is 9 of 14 for 74 yards in this ball game thus far. 2 minutes and 10 seconds ticking and the clock running down here in the second quarter. Illinois 10, Ohio State nothing. Trudeau pitches it back. Rooks sweeps left, cuts back against the grain. Out over the 25 and near the 26-yard line goes Thomas Rooks. He was brought down by Curtis for one. Also helping out was Clark Backus. So it's going to be 3rd down, Illinois, 3rd down and a good 4 yards to go.
Dick, I'll tell you, the Illini are doing a good job at the point of attack, but the offside is not blocking real well because most of the tackles are being made by the pursuit of the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Rooks, 7 carries for 38 yards. He came into the ball game averaging 4.3 yards a carry. Here goes Trudeau on 3rd down, back to throw it. All kinds of time, up over the middle, and it's completed. And a 1st down out to Randy Grant at the 32-yard line. Correct that, it's Tim Brewster. It is Tim Brewster that caught that football, and a 1st down to the 32. That's the first reception, or the second reception, we should say, today for Brewster. First time he caught it, he fumbled the ball after running about 10 yards. So 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line as Benson goes wide to the left side. Both right here to the near side. Rooks, the lone running back, set up. The tight end on the right is Brewster, and now Trudeau calling the automatic. Resets Thomas Rooks. Pitches it back to Rooks, sweeps out to the left, swings by, gets over the 35, and leaps forward over the 40 and out near the 42-yard line, and what could be close to another 1st down with a minute to go here in the second period.
He's doing a nice job of feeling his blocks on those pitch-out plays, Dick, and doesn't look like he's going to pick up big yardage, but he hangs behind the blockers and picks up 6-7 times yards at a crack.
Well, we've just been notified, Jimmy, that Mike Tomczak has a concussion and is probably out for the rest of the game, and we've got a timeout here with a score, Illinois 10, Ohio State nothing. Let's pause for this word from our local stations. This is the University of Illinois Sports Network.
Furniture Warehouse Stores, WCFL Chicago.
Well, welcome back to Champaign-Urbana with 45 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Illinois with a football on a 2nd down. Trudeau over the middle, taken by Williams across midfield, and he's down to the Buckeye 45-yard line on a 1st down for Illinois.
Right on the numbers, Dick. You had Williams on a turn-in pattern just as he made his move. Boy, the ball was right there, hit him in the number 1.
And they're not going to huddle at all. They're going to quickly regroup, set up at the line of scrimmage. Williams has caught 4 for 47 yards this afternoon.
Well, Dick, you know, they were just going to run out the clock earlier. They picked up those couple of 1st downs. They're in good position. Now they're going to try to put some points on the board.
Trudeau. As the clock begins, Joe Miles is in at fullback. Trudeau drops right straight back, and it's again over the middle, incomplete, intended for Brewster. And I'll tell you, it was nearly picked off by Byron Lee, a sophomore out of Columbus, Ohio. A 6'3", 223-pound outside linebacker. Nearly picked that one off. It goes incomplete. Trudeau now is 11 for 17, 94 yards. Here's a score for you. Purdue 14, Iowa 7. That's in the second quarter. Michigan 28, Northwestern nothing in the third period. Indiana 7, Michigan State nothing. That's in the second quarter. Minnesota plays at home today against Wisconsin. That is actually tonight. Here's a draw to Miles across the 40. Miles is all the way down, and a fumble on the play, and Ohio State has got it, I believe. Miles has fumbled the football, and the Buckeyes have recovered it with 26 seconds to go in the quarter. Give credit to the recovery to Steve Hill, a freshman from Fort Walton Beach, Florida.
He was stripped from behind he was tackled from behind, and as the arms came down, they pulled the ball away from him. And tough break, Joe Miles. You got to hang on to it, though.
That's the end of 6 innings of play in the World Series. Baltimore 4, Philadelphia 3. 1st and 10 Buckeyes, 26 seconds to go. Here in the second period, they have the football at their own 37-yard line. Cedric Anderson to the left. Offenbecker the quarterback. They're in the I formation. Offenbecker's going to throw it up. Sets himself. There's a long one way downfield. Incomplete. He went for the fly pattern. Anderson was the intended receiver, but Edwards was back there as with Keith Taylor. And that double zone coverage on the sidelines. So that uses up about 9 seconds on the clock. 20 seconds remain, and it's 2nd and 10 for Ohio State.
That ball wasn't within 10 yards of anybody.
We're going to be talking with Wayne Duke, the commissioner of the Big Ten, at halftime, and also Ron Gunther, Jim, for our Chicago listeners. Ron, of course, has taken the place of Carl Meyer in the Chicago area, running the athletic office, and we're going to be talking with Ron and some of the events that are going on up in the metropolitan area as far as the Illini alumni are concerned. It's 2nd down and 10 for the Buckeyes at their own 37-yard line. Offenbecker waits for the snap. He's got it. Drops back here. Let's correct that. We got another new quarterback in the lineup, and it's a pass way down to Cedric Anderson. He's completed the pass all the way down at the 40. Anderson shakes the tackler, fumbles the football, and it goes out of bounds. And Ohio State will have it at the Illinois 20-yard line with 8 seconds to go.
Well, Dick, I'll tell you, there was some really poor tackling there. Anderson almost made it all the way. He got caught from behind. A simple crossing pattern. He must have juked two guys, broke 2 tackles, and thank goodness pursuit came back on him.
Well, Jim Carsotos, I believe, is the quarterback for Ohio State. They certainly have used up all that they have. And, of course, for Illinois listeners in and around the Chicago area, they're probably wondering about Eric Kumerow, but we understand that that's a possibility they will redshirt him. The Buckeyes are going to try for a field goal. Only 8 seconds to go. And in to do the kicking is Rich Spangler. The ball will be placed down at the 27. It's a 37-yard kick. Waiting for the snap, and a penalty marker goes down, and we're going to have to wait and see what the infraction was. It was the umpire that dropped the marker, Jim. It was our nose guard. It looks like he leaned across the line of scrimmage, but we'll see whether he was drawn offsides or not.
No, I think, Dick, he just leaned across to try to draw them offsides, but it didn't work, and it's another 5-yard penalty
One of
against
those
Illini.
dead ball offside penalties. And believe it or not, that is the first penalty of the game. So he'll move it up 5 yards, put the tee down at the 22 now, and it'll be a 32-yard effort from the hash marks on the right side. Actually, the angle becomes a little less as they move closer to the goal line. Spangler will kick it. The placement, the kick is up. He's got plenty of distance on it, and it's good. And with 4 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, it's 10-3 now in favor of Illinois. Well, let's look at some of the scores that we have for you. In the Big Ten, Michigan leads Northwestern 28-0 at the end of 3 quarters. Indiana 7, Michigan State nothing. That's in the second quarter of play. Purdue 14, Iowa 7. That's in the second quarter. Notre Dame 21, Army nothing in the first period of play. Western Illinois leads Wisconsin Whitewater 14-0 over at Macomb. Southern Illinois and Southwest Missouri, no score at the end of the quarter. Northern Iowa 10, Eastern Illinois 6. That's a halftime score. And let's make that Eastern Illinois, Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa leads Eastern Illinois 10-6, and Northern Illinois leads Eastern Michigan 7-6 at the half. Kent State leads Ball State 13-3 at the half, and Kent State trying to break the longest losing streak in Division I NCAA football, by the way. Central Michigan leads Ohio U 14-3 at the half. Miami of Ohio 3, Toledo nothing. That's a halftime score. Holy Cross is trailing Connecticut 10-7 at the half. Elsewhere, it's Penn State nothing, Syracuse nothing at the half. West Virginia 10, Virginia Tech nothing at the end of 3 quarters of play. So we wait the Buckeye kickoff to Illinois. And they're going to not kick it because the wind blew the ball off of the kicking tee. Other scores, Wake Forest surprising Maryland 13-7 at the 3 quarters of play. North Carolina 28, North Carolina State 14. That's at the end of 3 quarters. Tennessee 7, Alabama 7, first period score. Iowa State 7, Colorado nothing at the end of the first quarter. Kansas State 3, Kansas nothing at the end of the period. And Oklahoma State leads Oklahoma 7-0 at the quarter. Again, World Series score, Baltimore 4, Philadelphia 3 at the end of 6 innings. So the Buckeyes this time will kick off. Hopefully the ball will remain on the kicking tee as it blew off from the wind. The run up, and they kick it high. It doesn't travel too deep. Pugh is going to take it about 4 yards into the end zone and downs it quickly, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line where it'll be first down and 10 for Illinois with just 4 seconds remaining here in the first half.
There's a case maybe I would have run the ball out no matter how deep it was. I mean, with 4 seconds to go, why not give it your best shot and see what you can do?
You wonder sometimes, Jim, if the specialty team doesn't think that you're automatically going to do it. Get a little lax at this point of the game with only 4 seconds. If you're going to break something, now might be the time to do it. I think we should mention our flowers that were received from the... Now might be the time to do it. I think we should mention our flowers that were received from the Illinois swimming team. Don't we look sweet?
Isn't that nice?
It's just lovely.
Nice. So they are out there selling.
You don't start sneezing too quick here. We'll be all right. Out of the huddle. You've had it on for a half. I'm sure you're safe. Here's Trudeau, and he wisely takes the ball, puts his knee down, and our halftime has come to an end with the score, Illinois 10, Ohio State 3. Let's... Champaign-Urbana, as we are about to begin the second half of play between Illinois and Ohio State. And we've had some great moments in the first half anyway. Ohio State, they broke their own school record for the longest putt. They kicked the ball. Edwards kicked it 87 yards. Passmore let it roll. It rolled, it rolled, it rolled. And by the time it went out of bounds, it had traveled 87 yards. That's a new school record for the Buckeyes. David Edwards has scored the only touchdown of the game when he picked off a pass from Mike Tomczak. It was 6 minutes and 10 seconds left to be played in the first quarter and returned it 47 yards for a score. And Chris White kicking a 33-yard field goal. And, Jim, that's it. But it's really, with the Buckeyes kicking a field goal right towards the end of the second quarter, what do you think that's going to do to the momentum for the Bucks in the second half?
Well, I'll tell you, it could really give them some momentum because they look like they were down and out. The Illini defense has been stopping them with big turnovers, really shutting down their running game. But that 3 points, when there was so little time left on, Illinois looked like they were marching possibly for a field goal of their own. Joe Miles fumbled. They turn around, hit one long pass to Cedric Anderson. He took it down in the field goal range, and that could be a big turnaround. We'll see how they come out on this second half.
And, of course, the Buckeyes, Jim, controlling the football about 4 minutes longer than Illinois did in the first half.
Well, it's been quick strikes by Illinois. Of course, their touchdown was on the defensive touchdown. They moved the ball fairly decently, but Ohio State is really doing a good job of defending them, especially against the pass. You see with all their double coverages there, and Jack's having some trouble reading what the coverages are.
Ohio State will kick off to Illinois to start the third quarter. And Rich Spangler will put the ball on the kicking tee. The Buckeyes will defend the South Gold here in the third quarter, which means Illinois will have the win in the final stanza of play.
Let's hope they don't have to worry about in that final quarter.
That's a good remark to make. Pugh is back for Illinois. Spangler gets ready to run up on the ball. 10-3, Illinois leads it. And our second half is underway. And there will be no return of this. Oh, wait a minute. It's going to fall shorter than you think. It's Pugh up over the 10. Cuts back at the 15. Spins away from a tackler and gets out to the 20-yard line. For a moment, it looked as though Dwayne Pugh was going to break it for big yardage.
It looked like in the beginning, the way he caught the ball and the way the coverage was coming down, he may get caught way back by his end zone. But then when he broke it, looked like there was a hole. It just closed up very quickly, and they stopped him around the 20-yard line.
Well, Illinois has had only 2 kickoff returns all year. That's the third one. And Pugh has looked at all 3 of them. We got an injured Ohio State player that's limping off of the field across the way, Byron Lee, an outside linebacker. So 1st and 10, Illinois at their own 20-yard line. Wide to the right is Benson. In the slot to the right side is David Williams. The 2 tackles are Stowe and Jariga. Babiar and Schulte are the guards. Bob Miller over the ball. The running backs are Rooks along with Beverly. Out to the left is Golden. We've got no tight end. And now Rooks moves over to the slot to the left side. Trudeau pitches it back. There's Beverly. Tries to cut left. Cuts back against the grain. It gets a yard, and that's all. Good coverage over there, Jim. You know, you see Illinois without a tight end. You would think that they would immediately try to throw the football.
Well, you're hoping that that's what the Buckeyes think, too. And you ran one into the short side of the field, and the Buckeyes just stopped it very well. But we'll see the ball in the air probably on this play.
2nd down and 9, Illinois. Beverly and Rooks are split into the backfield as they line up. Williams to the right. And now it's going to be the automatic. And Beverly and Rooks change places in the split backfield. Trudeau drops straight back into the pocket. Gets all kinds of time up over the middle. It's taken there by Williams. He's got a first down out to the 33-yard line. Good play that time by Trudeau, and the tackle was made by Tatum of Ohio State. But not until the pass completion to Williams, good for 11 yards and a first down for Illinois.
Nick, that's the play we see so often. You got the split end and the slot men just do a short crossing pattern. Jack looks at either one of them, hits them short underneath the linebackers, and you get first down yardage.
Wide to the right, sets Mitchell Brookins. Trudeau again, in the automatic, resets his 2 backs, Beverly and Rooks. takes the ball. It's on a draw play to Rooks, and he tries the left side, and a great defensive play over there by the defensive end on the right side for the Buckeyes. That was big Dave Morrell, and Bob Stowe tried to put the block on him and couldn't get him out of the way, Jimmy.
Now we see your tackle sets up to the inside, hoping that their defensive tackle will take an outside rush. Morrell did not do it that time. He just closed it down as Rooks tried to make it through the hole.
So second down, 9 to go for Illinois at their own 33-yard line. Here's Trudeau, fakes the running play, sets himself back. He's going to let it go over the middle. Incomplete. Great coverage by the secondary of Ohio State. He intended the ball for Beverly up at the 37. And he also was covered there by the linebacker, Rolando Lowry. So it's going to be 3rd and 9, Illinois. Williams and Bolden check back into the lineup for Illinois. Boatwright comes out along with Grant.
Well, the Buckeyes continue to go with a 3-man rush on the passing down, so that's 5 linebackers across the field, and Jack's having problems finding a man open.
As Golden sets to the left, Williams to the right side. Trudeau calling the automatic, now resets his backs a little closer to the line of scrimmage. Takes a snap, drops right straight back. He better hurry, gets it away, and it's intercepted by Ohio State. And it's pulled out of the air and returned by the free safety, Kelvin Bell. So the Buckeyes have got the football as they intercepted up near the 39, has returned to the 30-yard line, and a big play for the defense of Ohio State.
I think Jack just didn't see Bell at all. He was looking for a crossing pattern over the middle, and Bell was really short, just about 6-7 yards out past the line of scrimmage. He reached up with his right hand and tipped the ball, and it was a great interception, and they're in fine position right now.
As the Buckeyes come up to the line of scrimmage, the quarterback is Jim Grabowski. 1st and 10 at the Illinois 30. Casartos turns, hands the ball to Fires, and he loses a bunch. But it was going to be an offside penalty, I'm sure. On Ohio State, they jumped the gun on the left side. Casartos, giving the book on him. Coming into the ballgame, he attempted 2 passes and completed only 1.
Just a young freshman out of California, Fullerton, California.
Well, he's a redshirt freshman, Jim. He actually sat out last year, but he's a 6'3", 220-pounder, and he's getting himself put into a situation here that we're going to find out what it's all about, isn't he?
That certainly is. He's facing one of the better defensive teams in the Big Ten.
So they take the 5-yard walk-off, puts the ball back at the 35. It'll be 1st and 15, Buckeyes. Here, Casardos goes to Fires. There's an opening up the middle. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Dick, it was just an off-tackle play that the Illini defense overreacted to. He cut it back, and there was no one there to stop him. That offside linebacker has to come in and fill the hole. So Byers has just gone 35 yards for the score for Ohio State, and the kick could come and tie it up. Well, we got a heck of a second half coming up, that's for sure.
Mike Laness is in to try for the point after to hold the football, and Spangler is in to try for the extra point. He is 21 for 21. He kicks it straight away, and the kick is up, and he's got plenty of distance on it, and we've got a tied-up ball game at Champaign. Now let's pause for this message.
Remember the last...
Well, welcome back to Champaign. All tied at 10, Jim.
Well, the second half, I said, is going to be interesting, that's for sure. It's really turned into a situation of mistakes, fumbles and interceptions by both teams.
Spangler will kick. Pugh is standing back at the goal line for Illinois. He kicks a rocket, and it goes completely out of the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Illinois at their own 20. Well, a couple of fumbles and an interception for the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes, of course, gave up a couple of interceptions to Illinois. One return for a touchdown by David Edwards. And we've got quite an interesting ball game going. And it should be that way, Jim, because these two teams are not only good potent offensive teams, good defensive teams, both ranked in the top 20 in the country, and I would think that the fans expect to see an exciting football game.
Well, you got to figure from here on in, it's like a 27-minute ball game. Everything's even up. Not only a score, the turnovers, everything. So let's go, Illinois.
Williams to the right. Brookins wide to the right side. Trudeau takes it, fakes a pitch out to the right side, rolls out here in a flat. He lets it go up to the short man, Williams, and he drops the ball at the 25-yard line.
The ball should have been caught, but again, the Buckeyes really defended it well. That's that fake bootleg play by Jack rolling out to the right side. You're looking for a man open, the short man or a long man. Neither one of them were open, and Jack just tried to flip it to Williams, and he dropped the ball.
This Kurt Curtis, Jim, as the outside linebacker, does a great job on those sweep plays. That time he really forced Trudeau to throw it a little quicker than what he intended to. So it's 2nd down and 10, Illinois at their own 20. Trudeau this time drops right straight back into the pocket, over the middle. It's taken there by Brewster, the tight end, and he tries to put his head down and burrow his way up to near the first down yardage at the 30, but he's going to be about a half a yard shy of a first down as a tackle was made there by Kevin Richardson, free safety, junior out of Cleveland, Ohio, for the Buckeyes. So 3rd down and 1 for Illinois.
That's what I think they're going to have to do, Dick. Go with those short, very controlled patterns, the 7-8 yard patterns. Hope that you pick up the first down.
One running back, that's Rooks, as Williams sets out wide to the right. Trudeau taking time, calling the automatic. Looking left, looking right, waiting for the snap. He's got it. He pitches it outside. Rooks has got a first down as he sweeps her across the 30 and out to the 32-yard line. Illinois now has made 5 of 8 attempts in the 3rd down conversions.
Dick, they line up at the short yardage situation, but they line up in a passing formation, so the Ohio State defense has to be spread all over the field, and it's fairly easily picking up a first down.
Grant is in the slot to the left side. Cam Benson goes wide to the left. Rooks is set up behind Trudeau. 1st and 10 at the 33. Jack Trudeau drops right straight back. They got the rush on. A screen pass out to Rooks on the flat. Rooks sidesteps a tackler and gets a little running room out to near the 39-yard line. They say he got to that point. He's going to be about 4 yards shy of a first down, however. It's going to be 2nd down and 6, Illinois at their own 39. Fine bit of running that time by Thomas Rooks.
But a good reaction by their right side cornerback, Sean Gale, who read the screen, came up and just tripped up Rooks as he was turning in with his blockers.
Rooks, 3 catches for 20 yards. He's carried it 11 times for 57. Brookins sets out wide to the right. Williams is in the slot to the right side. Trudeau on 2nd down and 4 at his own 39. Drops right straight back. Sets himself. It's over the middle, and it's taken there by Brewster. First down up across the 45 and out to the 46-yard line. Tatum, along with Clark Backus of Ohio State, making the tackle, but not until the Illini and the passing of Jack Trudeau and the catching of Brewster got a first down. Brewster now has caught 4 for 31 yards.
Again, Dick, they're just hitting him right under the linebackers and letting the ball carrier then pick up the first down.
Grant left, Golden to the right side. Brewster's a tight end on the right. Jack Trudeau takes it, gives it a draw to Rooks. Rooks across midfield, tries to cut through, and he gets it across down to the 48-yard line. Oh, Jimmy, if he'd have cut back to the right and you were motioning that way, Kelvin Bell, who made the tackle, wouldn't have had a shot at it.
Yeah, Dick, he's taking it out towards the sideline. He's running a long way, but he's not picking up the yardage. Once you break through past the line, you got to turn it upfield. And you'll at least when you're turning, you're going to get tackled. You have some power. You have your shoulders turned to him, and you may break tackles.
2nd down and 5, Illinois at the Buckeye 49. It's all tied at 10-10 at Champaign. Trudeau dropping straight back in the pocket. He lets it go over the middle. Taken by Williams. The 40, gets by 1 across the 35 and down to the 33-yard line. Great individual running by David Williams after he caught the ball.
Well, Dick, number one thing, he came back to the ball. That prevents the defense most occasions from making an interception. Then he gave a nice move to the cornerback there, juked him, picked up good yardage.
That's 6 catches on the afternoon for David Williams and 77 yards. Out of the huddle they come. Grant goes to the left side. Golden here to the right side. Over in the slot now to the far left side is Brookins. Right behind Trudeau is Thomas Rooks, and they call the automatic. Here goes Trudeau. He throws the ball, fumbles it, a scramble. It's going to be Ohio State football. They say Ohio State has recovered it at the 49-yard line. Trudeau looked as though he was throwing the ball, but apparently the momentum hadn't gone all the way through him on the throw.
I think that was an excellent call, Dick. Certainly what happened, Roland Tatum blitz from his inside linebacker position. Jack was trying to get the ball off. He knew that he was going to get hit, but he just could not get his arm forward in time before Tatum hit him, and it was certainly a fumble.
Well, the discussion is going on with Bob Miller, the offensive center down there. Whose responsibility, Jim, to pick up that blitzer? So 1st and 10 Buckeyes at their own 49. Casardos hands the ball off, no gain. The ball carrier was fires. He loses a yard.
Well, here's where the defense again has to rise to the occasion. They've carried us so well so far this ball game, giving up one touchdown, and it's time for them to do it again.
Well, this is where the fans, Jimmy, can get themselves into the game, too, to kind of encourage that defense. And you notice the enthusiasm that's coming out of the crowd around the stadium, 75,000 of them. And when the Buckeyes came up to the line of scrimmage, they came alive. Second down and 11 for Ohio State. This time it's their own 48. Here you can hear the crowd in the background. As Casardos gets ready to drop back, sets himself into the pocket. Lets one go to the middle, and it's caught. Caught by Anderson and was almost intercepted by Brady. But Anderson caught it and has got a first down to the Illinois 33-yard line.
Well, Casardos just rifled the ball over the linebackers right into Brady's hand. Into Anderson's hand. It was a good pass.
Jim Grabowski, a 6'3", 220-pound freshman from Fullerton, California. Anderson has caught two for 62 yards. First and 10, Ohio State at the Illinois 33. It's tied at 10. Waiting for the snap and a fumble on the ball, and it's recovered into the backfield by Ohio State's Byers.
A little mix-up between the quarterback and the center. You never know whose fault it is. Does the quarterback pull out too early, or does the center just not get the snap back? But whatever, it was a fumble by Ohio State.
Well, we can update the fact that Mike Tomczak has had a slight concussion that came in the early moment of the second quarter. He will not play again today. The reserve quarterback, Brent Offenbecker, we don't know why he hasn't been into the ball game, but nonetheless, it's Jim Grabowski who is going the way right now for the Buckeyes. Second down and 12. Here goes Grabowski back to throw. He lets a long one go. Look out, it's into the end zone, incomplete, intended for Anderson. He was running right there with Taylor, and he literally got behind Taylor by about 4 yards, but the pass was downwind and thrown a little too far for Cedric Anderson. A third down and 12 for the Buckeyes.
Well, in a key situation here, too, Dick. You don't want them to pick up any yards because even 5 yards could have put them in good field goal position for their kicker. They have the wind at their back, so here's where you want to stop them with no gain or a loss.
Third down and 12. Wide right goes Jemison. Here to the near side is Anderson. Grabowski goes on a draw to Byers. Look out. Shakes one. Gets to down near the 25-yard line. Going to be short of about 3 yards of a first down, but I'll tell you, you really got to give a lot of credit to Keith Byers, who did a great job shaking away from tackles at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Dick, they had a blitz on, and they broke the crack. There was just a crack of room there for Byers to get through. He got through. Then you're in the secondary right away to make the stop, and so they gambled. They sent their men in to try to get a sack, and it didn't work.
Well, we're going to go for a field goal attempt. And coming on to try for the kick is going to be Paul Allen. Will try from the 33-yard line, a 43-yard attempt to kick. It's got plenty of distance, and it's up and it's good. So with the score, Ohio State 13 and Illinois 10. Let's pause for this word from our local stations. This is the University of Illinois Sports Network. Well, welcome back to Memorial Stadium, and enthusiasm has not died down a bit, even though Illinois trails now by 3. Here comes a run-up by Spangler, and there'll be no return. Goes completely out of the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. Well, Jimmy, in the game of sport, enthusiasm and the momentum that you get going has a lot to do with it. Illinois needs to generate something right now.
Well, you know, they so often score in the big plays, and Ohio State has really taken that away from them. Defensively, they have a 3-deep zone most of the time, and they're not giving up anything deep, and that's the thing that usually has turned Illinois around in ball games. You know, they hit Brookins on a long TD plays.
Well, in the World Series, at the end of, I believe it's 8 innings, Baltimore 5 and Philadelphia 3. First and 10, Illinois at their own 20-yard line. A Buckeyes 13, the Illinois 10. We're in the third quarter. 7 minutes remain. Trudeau takes the snap, gives the ball off. Here's the ball carrier, Beverly, and Beverly finds 4 tough yards off the right side and gets it out to the 24. And he was stopped up front by the Buckeyes. Big number 98, who was Thomas Johnson, and they, for short, call him Pepper. Well, with the score, the Bucks 13, Illinois 10. Let's pause for station identification. This is the University of Illinois Sports Network.
Join Bob and Betty Sanders every weekday from 9 until 2 on AM 1000, WCFL, Chicago. Partly sunny, a high about 70 today. Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 50. Tomorrow, near 70, maybe a shower. Right now, 71 degrees in Chicago at WCFL.
Champaign, and Jack Trudeau took the ball, rolled out to the right. There was no one in the clear, so he just put it under his arm and chucked it upfield for a few yards and is bumped out of bounds about a yard and a half shy of a first down at the 28.5-yard line.
Dick, I was just looking over some of my notes I've made in this game so far. In the last 4 of the last 5 times the Illini had the ball offensively, it has ended up with a turnover. A fumble by Brewster, a fumble by Miles, an interception, and another fumble.
Brookins goes to the left. Here to the right side is Boatwright. Brooks is the only running back, and Trudeau is going to throw it. Rolling out to the right, cuts back to the left. He lets it go out on the flat, taken by Rooks. He cuts back, and he can't get the first down. He could have put himself straight forward, Jimmy, and had the first down, but he tried to dance around and get some running room, and he's short of a first down by a couple of yards.
You're right, Dick. He did do some dancing. You got to be aware that first down marker is no matter what part of the field you're on. In that case, he was only 2 yards away from the first down. He put his head down. He would have picked it up.
Well, the defense is going to have to come on the field, Jimmy, and get tough quick. Sigerty will punt from near the 15-yard line. Garcia Lane drops back deep for the Buckeyes. Waiting for Brady to snap the ball. And they're going to go for the block. They got 11 men up there. Here's Sigerty, and he gets it away, and it's a short kick. And it's going to hit, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 49-yard line of Illinois. So the Buckeyes got great field position. They got the momentum going their way, and credit Sigerty with only a 21-yard punt into the wind.
Yeah, you talk about field position, Dick. The first time they had the ball in the second half, Ohio State got it on the Illinois 30-yard line, next time on their own 49-yard line, and now this time on the Illinois 49-yard line. I mean, that's been great shape for them in the second half.
Jim Carsartos brings them up to the line of scrimmage. He takes the ball, pitches it back. Byers swings out, cuts back against the green, puts his head down and rolls forward, and up for a first down across the 40 and down to the 39. He was hit hard by Buckeyes, we might add, and also Quentin Haynes, but still managed to carry those tacklers with him, and enough for a first down to the 39-yard line. Boy, can you bring the chains out to measure, but I'm sure he's got it.
Can you feel that momentum in Ohio State's favor right now, Dick?
Byers is near 100 yards on the afternoon rushing. 15 carries for 95 yards. The Illini came in here, and their defense against the rush had yielded only 70.4 yards in 5 games. But that is taken care of by Mr. Byers by himself. It's going to be second down. He didn't make it. He's just inches shy of a first down. So the Buckeyes, second, inches to go at the Illinois 39. 13-10. Ohio State leads it. 5 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the third quarter. Out of the huddle they come. Here's a big call right here, Jimmy.
Great time to throw the ball.
Well, let's see what they do. They got one man set away from the line. That's Jemison. They're going to give it to Broadnax, the big fullback who just kind of rumbles himself forward and has got a first down by a couple of yards. Quentin Haynes was there initially for Illinois to make the tackle. And it's a 1st and 10 at the Illinois 37.
Well, it's got to be turnover time now.
The momentum has definitely switched to the Buckeyes. They've scored the last 13 points on the board. It's 13-10. Illinois was leading 10-3 at the half. They were leading 10-0 with about a minute to play in the half. Here the Bucks have it. Great field position, and they got it going. Handoff Byers. And he gets a couple of yards across the 35 and down to the 34 as Osby grabbed him around the ankles and brought him down. And it's going to be now second down and 7 to go for the Bucks at the Illinois 34.
You've seen the Buckeye offensive line do a better job too, Dick. They're coming off the ball much better than they did in the first half.
And they've got a big offensive line, Jim, as you've been talking about. They average about 270 pounds. Out wide to the left is Anderson. It's second down, 7 to go Buckeyes. It's second down, 7 to go Buckeyes. Sartos, a long time on the count. Takes it, rolls back. He's going to throw the football. He gets loose, lets it go. Oh, it's almost intercepted by Taylor at the 18-yard line. It was intended there for Anderson. Boy, he cut right in front and almost picked it up.
Exactly, Dick. He had Anderson on a turn-in pattern, and Keith Taylor read it. He stepped in front of Anderson's ball, hit him right into number 4, but he couldn't hang on to it.
So it's third down and 7 to go. Ohio State. Here's a big call right here.
Well, it certainly is. We've said that many, many times, and it seems like every time we get into that situation, it becomes a bigger call, and it is this time.
Anderson to the right, Thad Jemison here to the left. Byers and Broadnax are the two running backs set up in the eye. Here goes Sardos, hands it to Byers, and he's got a first down. And they crossed him up with a running play, and he's down close. Maybe not, he doesn't have the first down. Jimmy, maybe about a half a yard shy.
Yeah, it will be close.
He's to the 28-yard line. It was Thorpe and Thompson there to make the tackle, but I'll tell you, some cagey running that time by Keith Byers, the 226-pound sophomore from Dayton, Ohio.
Well, he's certainly a good ball player, Dick. Again, they went into a blitz situation. As you had mentioned, the Buckeyes crossed them up. You're looking for a pass pattern, and they don't give them to you. They're going to go for the first down instead of going for the field goal.
Well, if the defense holds here, you'll hear it. Byers has rushed for 103 yards on 17 carries. It's the first player to go over 100 yards against Illinois. And the Buckeyes won a timeout with a score. Ohio State 13, Illinois 10. Let's pause for this message. Well, welcome back to Champaign. We've got a final for you in the Big Ten. Michigan 35, Northwestern nothing. That's a final for Memphis Ann Arbor. Purdue is trailing Iowa now 24-14 at the half. Indiana leads Michigan State 7-0. Notre Dame 28, Army nothing in the third quarter. Fourth and a yard for Ohio State at the Illinois 28. The Buckeyes 13, Illinois 10. 3 minutes to go in the third period of play. They hand off Byers. First down, Ohio State. As Byers finds all kinds of running room after they looked as though they had him trapped. He still managed to move forward across the 25 and down to the 24-yard line.
That right side of the Buckeye line just moved out the Illini defense and allowed Byers to pick up that first down.
This Mark Karowitz, Jim, is a 6'4", 278-pound junior, and the Buckeye coaching staff thinks he's a good one. And that time, he really roared out the defense of Illinois. Up the line they come. Now wide to the right is Jemison. Anderson here to the left side. First and 10 at the Illini 24. Here goes a handoff. Byers again, running room up the middle, and he's down across the 20 and down close to the 15-yard line. He was brought down by Archie Carter, and along with David Edwards, a strong safety. And it's a gain on a play of nearly 8 yards for the Buckeyes. They've got it going, and they have a second down and 2 facing them.
They're starting to chew up that Illini defense. It's starting to look like the old teams we used to see over the years.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
They're big and strong.
Anderson to the left. Jemison to the right. Second down, 2 to go. It's Broadnax, and Broadnax, oh, brother, he made it with just sure power. Struggling along the line of scrimmage on the left side, and he managed to get himself down inside the 13-yard line. And it's going to be another first down for the Buckeyes. I have to bring those chains out, I'm sure, for a measurement.
But it looks like he's made it from up here, so. Okay, Illini. We need to do something here.
Well, the World Series was still 5-3. That's the latest score that we had at the end of 8 innings of play. Baltimore leading Philadelphia. And again, some final scores. Holy Cross has beaten Connecticut 20-16 today. Massachusetts over Maine 17-7. New Hampshire defeated Lehigh 52-28. And a final Penn State 17, Syracuse 16. That's a final score. West Virginia now leads Virginia Tech 13-0 in the fourth period. And a final North Carolina over North Carolina State 42-14. First and 10, Ohio State inside the Illinois 15-yard line. Casardos goes to Byers. Sweeps to the right. Penalty marker down. And they miss tackle after tackle, and Byers gets down to the 10, but a penalty marker down, and let's see what the infraction's going to be.
It's probably beginning a holding penalty against the Buckeyes, I would guess, where the flag was thrown.
Well, Terry Cole has been hurt on the play. And with a score, Ohio State 13, Illinois 10. Let's pause for this word from our local stations. This is the University of Illinois Sports Network.
Hey, guess.
Welcome back to Champaign. The penalty was against the Buckeyes, a 10-yard walk-off. They hand it off, and the ball carrier there is Will Rage. He's going to be lost. Trapped for a loss back outside the 25 to the 26-yard line. Evans was the man first on the scene for the Illini defense. Terry Cole, who was shaken up, had made it off of the field, and it appears to be a leg problem for Terry. The senior defensive end out of Peoria, Illinois, is being attended to by the team doctor down here on the Illinois bench. And a loss on the play for the Buckeyes. It's second down at the Illinois 26-yard line. They have to get it to the Illinois 3 for a first down. Anderson goes wide to the right side. Jim Carsartos is the quarterback. Waiting for the snap. He's got it. He rolls right straight back into the pocket. Lets one go over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was intended there for Jimison at the 15-yard line. And it's third down now at the Illinois 26. Stops the clock with 31 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Carsartos really threw it into a crowd, Dick. That could have been picked off. He threw it high, and because of that, it wasn't picked off.
Well, on third down conversions, the Buckeyes have made 4 of 12 attempts. And this probably is the biggest for the Illini football team today.
Talking about gutting it out, I noticed one of the Ohio State cheerleaders down there is still cheering in a cast. That's second effort for it, isn't it?
Out of the huddle they come. Third down at the Illinois 26. Carsartos drops back. Oh, lets it go. It's caught. Anderson has got it, but he doesn't have a first down at the 10-yard line. And it's going to be a fourth down situation at the Illinois 10. Well, the Bucks are going to go for a field goal.
They came with the blitz again, Dick, but this time the Buckeyes really have picked it up well. Carsartos had time to throw the ball and find Anderson coming across the middle.
Well, Ohio State wants to take a timeout, Jim, because they want that win. If they put the ball in play, there's about 13 seconds left, and I'll tell you, they're going to be kicking into the breeze at the other end, and their field goal kickers haven't been the greatest this year, and against that breeze, which is a pretty big one, they're not going to, they're going to be wise enough to take the timeout stopping that clock. Anderson, by the way, has caught 3 passes today for 78 yards. And the Buckeyes really, Jim, have rolled up a lot of yardage against Illinois. He came in the ball game, one of the better defensive teams in the conference. The best, of course, against the rush.
Well, this whole third quarter has been all Buckeyes, Dick. Of course, we've helped them with an interception by Trudeau and a fumble by Trudeau. Has set up the movement that they've had.
As a matter of fact, Keith Byers, the outstanding running back of the Buckeyes, has gone over 100 yards today, and he is the first Illinois, or the first back to run for 100 yards against the Illini defense. So putting the ball on the kicking tee at the 17-yard line is going to be Mike Liness, and kicking it is going to be Paul Allen. Waiting for the snap. It's down, the kick is up, and it's off to the left, no good.
Well, hopefully that will be the incentive, that something, a spark to get these guys going. The offense has to move the football now. They have been very inadequate, to say the least, in this third quarter.
Well, we're going to be downwind, Jim, in the last quarter of play. We've got only 8 seconds left to go here. The line of scrimmage becomes the 20-yard line, their own 20-yard line. We've got, we said 8 seconds to go in this period. Remember, next Saturday we'll be at Purdue. Our broadcast gets underway at 1:15 next Saturday afternoon, Illinois and Purdue. And the Boilermakers giving Iowa all they wanted Iowa City today. Up to the line of scrimmage come the Illini, and they reset the 2 backs. That's Rooks and Beverly. Trudeau takes the ball. He's going to throw it quickly. Drops back. It's a screen pass to Beverly out on the flat. Dwight over the 25. He's out to the 30-yard line, just shy of a first down by about a foot. And time has run out. Here at the end of 3 quarters of play with a score, Ohio State 13, Illinois 10. Let's pause for this message.
Pride keeps on growing.
Successful for him.
Second down, about a foot to go for a first down for Illinois. Brookins sets out wide to the left. Williams in the slot to the left side. Trudeau gives it off to Rooks, and Thomas Rooks puts his head down. It cracks off of right tackle and has got enough for a first down. Moves it out over the 30-yard line. Jim, I always wondered if situations like that, you'd fake the run in a play-action situation and throw the football. You got them all bunched in like that, but I guess that's getting a little too risky at this point of the game.
Well, you know, it's a gambling a little bit, but you had another down to pick it up. In that case, it was probably good that they didn't throw the ball, because the 32 number inside linebacker Tatum blitzed again and almost would have caught Trudeau if they had thrown the ball.
Well, Rooks has carried it 13 times for 64 yards this afternoon. Trudeau drops back to throw it over the middle. It's taken there by Brewster, the tight end. He's got 6 yards up across the 35-yard line and near the 37, where it'll be second down and 4 to go for Illinois. As the stop was made in the middle by the linebacker Clark Backus of Ohio State.
Sure, I mean, Dick, they're just giving them that stuff inside underneath the linebackers. They pick up 6 yards, but you got to be consistent to move it all the way down the field with that kind of play.
Well, here we go, Jim. No tight end, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers. And it's Rooks and Beverly. Now Rooks comes in the slot to the left side. They pitch it back. Here comes Beverly. Sweeps out to the left, and he can't find anywhere to go. And penalty markers down all over the place. I believe there's going to be a clipping penalty against down now. They throw 2 penalty markers down, one right on top of one another, Jim.
Illegal block, I believe. Or holding, or...
Well, it appears that the clip is against Illinois. It'll be a major walk-off against the Illini. Trudeau has thrown 18 times, completed 27 for 151 yards this afternoon. Here's a final in the World Series. Baltimore 5, Philadelphia 4. So the Orioles have taken a 3-1 advantage in the series. And other final scores in the Big Ten today. Michigan defeated Northwestern 35-0 at the half. It's now Indiana 14 and Michigan State 6. Iowa leads Purdue 24-14 in the third quarter. A final score, Texas 31, Arkansas 3. That is a final. Maryland has beaten Wake Forest 36-33, a final. So the walk-off against the Illini puts the ball back at the 23-yard line. We're at second down and about 17 yards to go. Williams in the slot to the right. Jack Trudeau waiting for the snap. He rolls out to the right side. Sets himself, looks downfield. He lets it go over the middle to Brewster. He's got it up across the 35 and near the 37-yard line. Going to be about 4 yards shy of a first down, but a fine play. Trudeau to Brewster.
A fine play, Dick. He had Trudeau sprinting out to the right side, and Brewster crossing over from his left to his right, hit him right on the number. It was a good play. But again, I go back to those mistakes earlier. That would have been a first down. Now you're in a third down in 4 or 5 situation. You got to eliminate those mistakes that march that ball down 80 yards.
6 catches, 52 yards for Brewster this afternoon. 3rd and 4, Illinois at their own 36. Trudeau resets as he calls the automatic. Takes the snap, rolls back. He lets one go over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Williams. Boy, did they put the pressure on Jack Trudeau.
They had a blitz on both outside linebackers coming, Dick, and they try to hit Williams on a quick slant. You had...
Sigourney will come on to kick. And
Kevin Bell is right there.
Yes, Garcia Lane drops back for Ohio State. 13 minutes to play in the game. We've had some great games with these Buckeyes in the last 3 years.
So this one will go down to the wire.
It's going to go right down to the wire. Sigourney will kick from around the 25, downwind. Here comes the kick by Sigourney. It's a high spiral. Garcia Lane takes it back at the 11. Breaks it away from the defense, trying to get for running room, and he finds a little, and he gets it up to near the 19-yard line. So returned it about 8 yards, and the kick good for 52 yards for Sigourney.
And now you got Ohio State in a position where they have to march down the full length of the field.
Well, Jim, the defense is going to have to get a little tougher against the run. The Buckeyes have been able to handle us up front. They speak into the trenches, and that's where the difference has been. 13-10, Ohio State. Out of the huddle they come. The Bucks with the ball at their own 18. Jemison to the right side. Cedric Anderson goes left. Sartos is the quarterback. It's a draw play to Byers, and Byers, look at him go. Gets across the 25 and out to the 27-yard line. They had him trapped behind the line of scrimmage, but he managed to keep on moving at good, quick feet and got it out for a good gain on a play of about 8 yards.
Yeah, you wonder how he got through, Dick. From our angle right here, it looks like they should have had him for a 2-3 yard loss. All of a sudden, the hole opened up, and he picks up 7-8 yards.
Woolridge, their little scat-back freshman, comes into the lineup replacing Byers. So the Buckeyes come up to the line of scrimmage with Jemison wide to the left. Woolridge is in the tailback slot. Second down and 2. They go to Woolridge, and he works to the left side, and he tries to burrow for running room. He's close to a first down to the 29. The clock shows 12 minutes and 8 seconds to play in the game. Ohio State 13, Illinois 10. Well, Jim, how'd you enjoy all those articles in the local paper here on campus?
I can't wait to read that.
Right? They ought to see us with our flowers on right now.
That's right. For those that don't know what we're talking about, there's a local periodical.
Well, that's right. But of all guys to wear flowers, you and I are the only two I know that can get away with it. They're going to place the change down, and he's got a first down. So 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 29-yard line. Defensively for Illinois, we got some more new faces coming in. Ron Baum, who is that sophomore from Wallen, Illinois, 6'3", 230-pounder. He'll be a defensive tackle on the right side. He and Thorpe, Thompson, and Johnson are the two defensive ends. 1st and 10, Ohio State. They hand the ball off. Byers gets the call and goes nowhere. That time they were waiting for him. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. In fact, he might have lost an inch or so. So it's going to be 2nd and 10, Ohio State at their own 29. Well, the official attendance, 73,414. Add to that, about 3,000 over in the Assembly Hall watching it on closed television. And all the folks in the press box and the bands and what have you, Jim, we've got about 80,000 fans down here watching this football game today.
Most of them wearing orange.
Out to the right is Anderson. To the left side, Jemison. 2nd down to 10, Ohio State from their own 29. Casardos will throw it, drop back, fumbles the ball, and a scramble for it, and let's see who has got it. I believe Ohio State has recovered it back at their 22.
Yes, Carsotas dropped the ball, picked it up, and it looked like someone knocked it out of his hands, and finally one of the offensive linemen fell on it, but there was a big opportunity for the Illini.
It looked like Lachey, the offensive guard, recovered that fumble back at the 22, so 3rd down, 17 yards to go. Jimmy, what about this situation?
This is the situation.
You want
the offensive coach say, I have no idea.
You want exciting football, folks, you got it right here. And they're on their feet at Champaign, trying to cheer on the defense. Ohio State comes up to the line of scrimmage. Casardos waiting for the snap. He's got it. Fakes the running play. He lets the long one go way downfield. Incomplete. It was intended out there for Anderson up at the 50-yard line, and they'll have to punt the football to Illinois.
Well, and Illinois should get it in pretty decent field position, and the Buckeyes have to kick into this win, and this is the opportunity right here.
David Edwards and Grant. Let's make that Grant as the short man back. Passmore's back deep. The punt, Carl Edwards for Ohio State. He's already kicked one for 87 yards today. Broke the school record for the longest punt ever. He lets this one go from the 15-yard line, and it's a half shank job. Oh, it takes a great bounce in favor of Illinois. Going to go out of bounds at the Ohio State 42.
Well, what can you say? There's great field position now for the Illini offense. It's their job. No one else is right here.
Well, I'll tell you, Jim, when you look in the book tomorrow and you see one for 87 and one for 19, you're going to wonder what in the world that's all about.
It's still a pretty good average.
But that just goes to show you it happens to the best of them. So 1st and 10, Illinois at the Buckeye 42-yard line. 10 minutes to go in the game. Benson to the right, Williams to the right. To the near side is Golden. Trudeau looking over the defense of Ohio State, which is right now a 5-2. They'll probably back the linebacker off who's on the right side to make it a 3-4. Here goes Trudeau back to throw the ball. Gets time. Lets the long one go way downfield. Williams incomplete. David Williams had the inside of the ball, and Trudeau had it right there, but about inches too long, Jimmy.
There was in the seam between the cornerback and the safety, just about a yard, 2 yards too long. Williams made a valiant effort diving for the ball, but just couldn't get to it.
Well, Beverly is checking into the lineup now. You can credit great effort to the freshman David Williams. Brewster comes out, so we're going to go with the 3 wideouts and no tight end. Boatwright to the left. Benson along with Grant to the right side. They set up into the I, and now they split the 2 backs on the automatic call by Trudeau. At the Ohio State 42, the handoff goes to Miles, and Joe puts his head down and cracks down to near the 37-yard line. A pickup of a little more than 5 yards for Joe Miles. Thomas Rooks, Jimmy, has got to be tired. He's carried the ball 14 or 15 times and has gained about 70 yards today.
And he's caught the ball 3 or 4 times on swing passes. And
well, here's a big one. 3rd down. And about the short 5 yards to go. Rooks is into the lineup, replacing Miles. And it was a last-minute substitution. They came in when they were already lined up to go. Here's Trudeau dropping back to throw. Looks over the middle. Williams has got it. 1st down, Illinois inside the 30.
Excellent pass pattern, Dick. You had Williams on an easy turn-in pattern. As he made the turn, Trudeau hit him right on his number 1. Good 1st down. Again, short yards passes. You got to do it consistently, though, guys. No mistakes.
7 catches, 81 yards for David Williams. At the Ohio State 29-yard line. Out of the huddle they come. Brookins wide to the right. Grant in the slot to the right side. Golden comes to the left. Trudeau looking over the defense. Now he sets in there behind Bob Miller and calls the automatic. They split the two backs now. Here's a quick pass over the middle to Grant. Fakes it with man. Gets down near the 20-yard line. Good call by Trudeau on a quick out pattern to Randy Grant.
Yeah, I'm sure that was an audible too, Dick. You saw the safety well off of Grant. Trudeau just stood up and fired it to him.
At the Buckeye 21-yard line. Second down and 2. 8 minutes and 45 seconds to play. 13-10, Ohio State leads it. Benson wide to the left side. They set up in the I formation. Rooks and Beverly. And now they're resetting the play, and Beverly goes to the left side. I hope he's on the right side where he belongs. Here's Trudeau rolling out to the right. To the short man, incomplete. It was the intended receiver, Grant. It looked as though Illinois was a little confused, Jim, as they set up for that play.
Yeah, I think he was. Sometimes, Dick, you know, you try to outguess yourself. I looked like Jack was audibling again, and maybe he saw something that is the play he had called in the huddle wouldn't work, but, you know, you can't outthink yourself at times.
On third down plays, Illinois 6 of 11. And here's a big one here. 3rd and 2 at the Buckeye 21. 8 minutes and 26 seconds left. Ohio State 13, Illinois 10. Boatwright to the right. Benson wide to the left. Williams is in the slot to the left side. Thomas Rooks is set up right behind Trudeau. Brewster's the tight end on the right. Back goes Trudeau to throw it. Looks over the middle. He's going to let one go downfield, and it's, I believe, intercepted by Ohio State. It is. It's picked off on a great interception by the Buckeyes. And I don't know who that was. It could have been Curtis Clark.
Again, though, Jack threw it in a crowd. He had a man hanging on his foot. They got some pressure on him, and he threw it up. And
Kevin Richardson intercepted the pass by Trudeau with a score. Ohio State 13, Illinois 10. Let's pause for station identification. This is the University of Illinois Sports Network.
Weekday afternoons at 2 on AM 1000 WCFL. 3:30.
First down, Ohio State at their own 11-yard line. A handoff to Byers, and he works the right side and gets it up over the 15. Well, with it. Welcome back to Champaign. 13-10, Ohio State leading Illinois. We're in the fourth quarter. 7 minutes to go. The Buckeyes with a football at their own 17-yard line. A handoff to Byers. He breaks the tackle, and he's got a first down up to the 26-yard line. Boy, they had him trapped back inside for enough yards that would have had to punt the football. But the Buckeyes get a good play out of Byers.
Well, Dick, it was all Byers, too. As you said, it looked like they had him, and they looked like they had him all afternoon, and he picks up yardage when you just don't think he can.
So 1st and 10, Ohio State. They come up to the line of scrimmage with Jemison here to the right side. The tight end is Frank. He's in on the right side also. Broadnecks. Byers, the running back's in the eye. And they pitch it back, and Byers sweeps it out. Look out. Byers across the 30, the 35, the 40. And he is rushed out of bounds by Keith Taylor up at the 43-yard line. Another first down for Ohio State.
Well, Dick, they caught him inside again. The blitz was coming in the inside. There was no pursuit. They sealed it off very, very well. Byers got to the outside and picked up great yardage.
Illinois has had 5 turnovers this afternoon. You're not going to do much when you do it that way.
Well, you think about it. It started so early in the first half. You had Brewster down in about the 20-yard line. He fumbled. Miles then fumbled, set up their field goal in the first half. It hasn't been good.
Byers, 156 yards rushing today. Here's a handoff to Broadnecks, and he breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage and rolls out to the left and advances the football upfield for about 3 yards.
These guys on the Illini defense are learning something out there today that you got to hang on. You got to wrap your arms around these ball carriers because they'll just break right through it if you don't.
Some changes for Illinois. Rob Gleamy comes on. A sophomore linebacker from Mokina. Backing down, 7 to go. Ohio State at their own 47. They pitch it outside. Woolridge sweeps left. He gets by one, by another into Illinois territory and across the 40 and all the way down to the 36-yard line. Another first down for the Buckeyes. They've got it steamrolling right now with 5.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, they really do, Dick, and time becomes so important right now. Even if they don't put points on the board, they're eating up the clock.
The clock continues to run on. 5 minutes and 25 seconds left. Out of the huddle come the Buckeyes as Anderson goes to the left side. Jemison here to the right side. Total rushing yardage this afternoon. Right now, 203 yards for the Buckeyes. Here's a handoff to the big guy, Broadnax. He plows off of the right side and gets inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line. And the score, Ohio State 13, Illinois 10. Let's pause for this word from our local stations. This is the University of Illinois Sports Network. Champaign, 13-10 is our score. Ohio State leading. The Buckeyes at the Illinois 30-yard line. Casardos takes it, pitches it back. Here's Byers, works left. Byers has got a first down, and what great effort by Byers. Ed Brady was the man that tripped him up, but not until he managed to get enough work out of himself and get it down to the 25-yard line on a first down. Now, Keith Byers is having a great day running the ball. And Ohio State is showing someone that anyone can run the football if you got the line that can move them down. And the Illini defense has been tough in that department all year, but here today, they found a team that has found the holes, and it's the Buckeyes of Ohio State that have done it. To the right side is Anderson. The tight end on the right is Frank. They set up in the I formation, and it's going to be Casardos looking over that defense, and now Wisely is going to take a timeout with 3:27 to go, and the score, Ohio State 13, Illinois 10. Let's pause for this message. Well, welcome back to Champaign. And we've got exactly 3 minutes and 27 seconds to go, and the Buckeyes first and 10 at the Illinois 25, 13-10. Ohio State leads it. It goes to Byers. They sweep it to the left, and Byers is cracked hard as he got to the line of scrimmage by Archie Carter, but he spun away. And then finally was David Edwards that came in to make the tackle, but not until he picks up a couple of yards down to the 23. So second down and 7 for Ohio State. 13-10, they lead it.
Second down.
Now the Buckeyes next week will be at home against Michigan State. Casardos down and ready, pitches the ball back. Woolridge has got an opening. He gets it across the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. About 3 yards shy of a first down. Well, Jim Grabowski is on his way down to the locker room to be talking with Coach Mike White. And it's been one of those games of ups and downs. You can't throw the ball and put up 5 times and expect to beat a team like the Buckeyes. As we had mentioned, a final score in the World Series this afternoon. Baltimore defeated Philadelphia 5-4. Michigan defeated Northwestern 35-0. Purdue, who was trailing Iowa in the early going, the Hawkeyes have bounced back, and now they lead it by big numbers at Iowa City. Third down, Ohio State in 3. 2 minutes to go. Casardos puts in motion Jemison. Gives the ball off to Byers, and Byers is caught for no gain. So fourth down for Ohio State. And I would think that Illinois would want to take a timeout to stop that clock. 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. And they're going to finally stop the clock, and Illinois is going to take a timeout with a score, Ohio State 13 and Illinois 10. Let's pause for this message. Welcome back to Champaign. We've got 1 minute 47 seconds left to go, and the Buckeyes lead at 13-10. They have a fourth down and 5 at the Illinois 20. And it looks as though they're not going to go for a 3-point field goal try. They are going to come up to the line of scrimmage and try to get the necessary yardage. Well, if they don't get it, the bedlam will break loose to Memorial Stadium. Broadnax and Byers are the running back. Casardos takes it. It's going to be a naked reverse out to the right side. He's not going to get it. He goes out of bounds at the 17-yard line, and Illinois takes over. And better yet, it only used up about 4 seconds on the clock. So first and 10, Illinois at their own 17. Well, Mike White, if you've got anything up your sleeve, let's let it out right now. Brookins checks into the lineup, replacing Benson. And you know the Buckeyes are going to be looking for that fire burner as Brookins comes out wide to the left side. Williams is in the... Here goes Trudeau back to throw it, sets himself, looks over the middle. There's a pass way downfield. It's completed. taken there by Golden, and he's up over the 40 and out to the 41-yard line. Oh, if he'd have gone out of bounds, he'd have stopped that clock. And Illinois quickly up to the line of scrimmage. They're not going to waste the timeout. 1:36 to go, but they're going to have to not stop the clock until everyone gets in a position that they get the chains moved up. And Illinois is down and ready. And Jack Trudeau split the seam over on the right side. He's down and ready to go, and the clock now will begin to tick. 1st and 10, Illinois. Trudeau dropping right straight back into the slot. Let's one way again. It's down to Golden. He's got a completed pass, goes out of bounds at the Buckeye 37. Now Benson comes in and Brookins comes out. Boy, they've moved the football right downfield with 1:27 to go. 1st and 10 at the Ohio State 37-yard line. Wide to the right is Golden. He's pooped, I'll tell you. He's caught 2 real shakers. Williams is in the slot to the left side. The fact that they're waiting to get the change down there is giving Scott Golden a little breathing time over there. He's caught 2 big passes. Up to the line of scrimmage they come, and the clock now has begun to run. Here goes Trudeau back to throw. One over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of Golden at the 20-yard line. That stops the clock with 1:19 to play. Oh, he had that ball in and out of his hands. Well, this broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Athletic Association of the University of Illinois solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use in the description and accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Athletic Association of the University of Illinois is prohibited. This has been an Anheuser-Busch presentation. Dick Martin and Jim Grabowski are employed by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated. 2nd down and 10, Illinois at the Buckeye 37-yard line. Jack Trudeau dropping back into the pocket. Sets himself, gets it away from the traffic. He's going to run with it. He's across the 30. He's out of bounds inside the 25, down to the 21-yard line. Stops the clock with 1 minute and 12 seconds to go. So 1st and 10, Illinois at the Ohio State 21. All of a sudden, the noise has really picked up. Jim Grabowski is standing down in the corner of the field. He doesn't dare leave it now, I'll tell you. So out of the huddle they come. Wide to the right is Golden. Brookins out to the left side. In the slot to the left is Williams. Jack Trudeau calling the automatic. Rooks is the lone running back. He takes it, he pitches it back to Rooks. Swings to the right side, to the 15, to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Illinois! Tell you right now, you can hardly hear yourself think in Memorial Stadium as Thomas Rooks swept around the right side and went in for the score from 21 yards out with 1 minute and 6 seconds to play in the game, and Illinois has taken the lead 16-13. Here is Chris White to come on for the point after try. Cruz will hold it. The placement to kick by Chris is up. 17-13. That's the score. Illinois with the lead. Let's pause for this message. Well, welcome back to a noisy stadium in Champaign, and a happy one, I might add. The homecoming crowd is trying to go away from this place today. They've seen a football game. Illinois went 5 plays, 83 yards, in 41 seconds to take the lead 17-13 on Ohio State with just 1 minute and 6 seconds to go. Chris White will kick off to the Buckeyes. It's not over yet, I can tell you that, folks. It's not over. In fact, Illinois did not use up one of their timeouts. Here's the kick by White. He kicks it deep. It's going to go clear out of the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line where it'll be 1st down and 10, Illinois. So let's run 1st down and 10, Ohio State at their own 20-yard line. But they have had 3 straight years of great wins or great games against the Bucks and probably should have won all 3 of them. Let's hope they're not going to be denied this one. 1 minute and 6 seconds to go. Casardos, the quarterback, waiting for the snap, makes the running play, drops right straight back, lets one go over the middle, intercepted. David Edwards has got it at the 40. Gets back down across the 30. Still on his feet to the 27-yard line. And Illinois is going to come out of here with a win today. That's the 4th interception today for Illinois. And we have got bedlam going on in Champaign-Urbana. Well, I find ourselves a little bit on the speechless side here for a moment. It's been a long dry spell. And Illinois huddled back at the 35-yard line. They come up to the line of scrimmage. To the left is Boatwright. And Jack Trudeau with a 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line takes the step and just drops down. That says 48-47. The clock ticks away. And Illinois is going to win this one. And it's time for a Bud Light. Been waiting for that, Ed Bond, for the last quarter. No sense of us telling you the excitement in the background because you can hear it. A homecoming crowd as Trudeau again takes the snap. And the clock is going to run out. And down will go the goalpost. And they're going to tear them down. And the fans come out on the field with 9 seconds. The fans are all over the field. And the ball game is all over at Champaign. The end of the game. Illinois has beaten Ohio State. The final score, 17-13. We'll be back, hopefully. And let's pause for this message.
You'll see the difference at Harvest. Always follow label directions for lasso.
Well, welcome back to Champaign. And we couldn't play a football game if we had to because both goalposts are down at both ends of the field. And they are carrying them toward the Illinois dressing room over there. Well, it's been a big afternoon of football. The final score, Illinois 17, Ohio State 13, and Illinois climaxed the whole thing with 1 minute and 47 seconds to play in the game. They with 83 yards and 41 seconds in 5 plays, and Thomas Rooks on a 21-yard run around in went in for the score. Chris White kicked the extra point, and it's 17-13. Jim Grabowski, I know, is about as happy as I am. He's down in that Illinois dressing room, and we can get the football players and Coach Mike White to that point because I'll tell you, the crowd is on the field here, and they have blocked up the entryway across the way for the players to get into their dressing room, and you really can't blame them. It's been a long, long time. And Illinois is going to be 4-0 in the Big Ten Conference. It's on to Purdue next Saturday, and 2 weeks from today, it'll be Illinois and Michigan here at Memorial Stadium. Well, stay tuned now for the Mike White Show with Jim Grabowski. And this is Dick Martin and our engineer Ed Bond saying so long.
Well, we move on now to the Ohio State game, and we didn't come with the blue pants this week. We decided that maybe we could do it without them. But Ohio State, I think, is a super football team. They got great talent. They operate with class, and they gave us everything we wanted. And of course, here's another one of our great defensive plays. Swope putting pressure on, and David Edwards, who I think, if anyone was cheated all Big Ten honors, it was Dave Edwards. I'm sure you guys feel that way because he's one of the best we have. He's got another year left, and our crowd was super. But Dave Edwards was the guy that got that game off. And here's the play again. Swope with the pressure, Edwards with the interception, and well, I'll tell you, and can he hit?
Great athlete.
He really is. He's a super one, and here's Tom Zach again, and again more pressure. There's Curtis Clark and Heavens on a blitz, and Mike Weingrad, tremendous concentration. Those are fun to see, aren't they?
Sure are. Big plays.
And here it is again. again, the pressure, and I'll tell you, Jack, I'm sure you're glad that you don't face the pressure that our defense puts on.
They come after you. I tell you, I wouldn't want to have been checked long that one day. He got blitzed quite a bit.
He sure did. There's Darrell Thompson causing a fumble. Here's Darrell Thompson unblocked. Great defensive schemes by Max McCartney, where a guy all of a sudden pops up and they don't know where he came from. And here's, I'm sure, Byers, and he's their outstanding sophomore back. And we're going to hear a lot from him in our next couple of years, I'll tell you. He's a good one. And here's, again, the play, another play of the year, if you want to single out plays. That was Vince Osby on the 4th and 3. It sets up, and maybe it's a corny term, but what I call the drive of the decade. Jack, why don't you take us through it?
Well, the first play was probably we hadn't used all day, and just hit Scott Golden on a sideline pattern, and thought it was a good play and came right back to it. And again, they left him open, and he committed another nice catch, stayed in bounds, and another first down. And then this next play, I think, wanted to go back to Golden again, seemed to be working, and I missed him. I don't think he was ready for the ball.
I think he was exhausted.
Yeah.
That's right. And then now, what's this one now?
I tried another pass. I got some pressure, and it was man in the defense, and thought I'd just tuck it away and see what happens. And,
well, look at that hit. Oh, it was a hit both ways. And here's the automatic Dick you talked about. Tell them about this one, Jack.
Well, it was just they were overshifted to our weak side, and thought I'd send Thomas on a safe play into the boundary there, and he makes a nice run and goes in for an unbelievable score, a play that probably go down in history as one of the best, I think.
Well, it sure will, and I think we were considering a field goal, weren't we?
Yeah, I was.
Right, so was I, if the truth were known.
Yeah.
So, but we have to find him somewhere, and of course, there's another game in the record books, and our exuberant fans. But isn't that amazing?